subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat, and to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Yeah, it's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat, and to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Oh, we can kill all this. We can kill all this. Say, like, do you want to be next?
Anytime you ready, baby. I was supposed to be there.
Ooh, I'm with it.
I'm
with it. We can do it.
Knocks out everybody, and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. He hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now, professional. Jaws been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.
Incredible.
Fast.
Incredible.
And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.
Yeah, it's a broadcast. It's a broadcast. It's a broadcast, yeah. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend to tell a friend. DJ HAMP about to go live again. So hit the likes, my friend, on your way in. First off, salute the chat, and to all new cousins, welcome back. Heard you searching for the real, well, this is where it's at. The latest topics and panels, and brother, don't get sent to the bathroom. We got all the stats, too, back to facts in the morning or the afternoon. Tuesday, women's POV, 2 Fridays, dancing, jamming tune. It's a community of real, and we better than the world news. This might be risky, I hope you know. This might be risky, let's go, let's go. This might be risky, no, I love you, real, I love it. This might be risky. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show. Salute to DJ HAMP, it's time to start the show.
Anything.
My bad. Can you guys hear me now? Okay.
Yeah,
we can hear you.
yeah.
Salute. It had us muted, man. Leah, what's the word? How you feeling?
I'm feeling good. What's going on?
Regular.
How's everybody doing today?
Yeah, man. We're trying to do the right thing, you know what I mean? We ain't gonna complain. Who gonna listen? You heard? How was working all that? How the white man treating you?
Work was good today. I was very productive. Got all my projects done on time.
Word? Okay. That's what's up, man. Salute. That's what's up, man. What they be working you hard over there or what?
I feel like it's hard work.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Is it lucrative though?
I mean, I guess so. It gets I get through the day and I can pay my bills. So
Yeah.
can't complain.
So it's worth it then for all intents and purposes. What do you want to do? Do you want to do that forever? What you think? You want to take the path of like 401k for 30 years and then, you know what I'm saying?
I like my I like the people that I work with. So I'm thinking about sticking with it, but who knows?
Okay. Do you have any type of stock options or is it a smaller company?
It's a smaller company.
Okay. Is it a young company or is it just small?
I think it's small.
Okay.
Yeah, it's a small company.
Okay. That's what's up, man. Keep grinding, man, you know?
Mhm.
I'm proud of you. Callie, what's good?
Yeah, living life undefeated.
Indeed. How does being undefeated work?
Cause if I ever get down, I don't stay down. I get back up and keep it pushing.
Oh, but is that undefeated?
Yep. Defeated people stay down and lay down. I do not.
Okay. Because when I played sports, it was like if you took a L, you wasn't undefeated anymore. But you could still do good, though.
Mm-hmm.
So don't we always take L's, though? But it doesn't matter how we respond to them. Either it's a lesson or a loss.
For sure.
But you still think you undefeated?
Yep.
Damn, that's like flawless. How'd you achieve that?
It's fine.
Well, undefeated would mean that you never lost. That's what undefeated is.
No, not in that sense, because I am not playing the sport for points or anything like that, where one person wins and one person loses. No, I'm talking about I am undefeated. My spirit is not defeated. My spirit is undefeated. Hey,
You never been down
get
before?
back up, push and push. That's what I said. If I ever get down, I don't stay down. I get back up, keep it pushing.
Okay. Have you ever felt defeated before?
Yes.
But then you feel undefeated after.
Yeah. Defeated people stay down. I do not. Undefeated people get back up, dust yourself off, take that L as a lesson. You learn your lesson and you keep going. Defeated people do not keep going. Defeated people give up.
Okay, because I felt defeated, and I'm saying feel like a month ago, like when that dude wasn't paying the rent and I had to evict him. You know,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, yo,
Yep.
son,
But you
son.
cleaned up the spot and you gonna rent it again to somebody else.
But I took a L though for sure. Like that's a defeat. You know what I'm saying? Like 30 grand. You know what I'm saying? I'm bugging.
Okay. No, with a defeat would be I'm not gonna rent no more because this thing happened to me.
Mm-hmm.
You would
A
have gave
loss
up if
is
you
a
were
loss.
defeated.
Is a loss and a defeat the same thing?
Not in life, no.
Oh, okay. Oh, you saying as long as I keep going, technically I'm not defeated.
Mm-hmm.
Correct.
So I'm
If you were
defeated once I
defeated,
stop.
you'd be like, I'm not renting anymore. You would have put the house on the market for sale and you'd be like, I'm cool on renting houses to people.
I don't want to. I hate it, kind of actually.
Are you gonna rent the place out again or are you gonna sell it and you gonna not rent no more?
I don't know. I gotta fix it first.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to sell it though, and I kind of want to.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of want to park somebody too.
Understandable. But are you getting out of the rental game, period?
No, because the other ones are fine.
Okay. There you go.
Okay, so you say as long as you're going, you never defeat it.
Correct.
Okay. Saul, what's popping?
What's up, y'all?
What's the word?
Can't call it.
Yeah, man, that's a fact though. What you doing in the car? Where you headed?
To my son, grandma's.
Word. The far one?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
Oh, okay. Man, I saw it. I hate driving, bro.
I love it.
Word to me, I hate that shit. You heard?
I love driving.
I'm not driving 3 hours, dead ass.
Yeah, I'll drive across the country. It don't make me no matter.
Man, how y'all get through it? Oh, y'all be doing drugs. Okay. Yeah. See, I don't do drugs.
No, it's
Oh.
actually, you know, it's the time that you get to think, the scenery, you taking in the atmosphere. It's good vibes.
Word?
Yeah.
Hell no, so I can't get jiggy with that shit. I hate it, man. Damn.
You should try it. Take the kids across country. Go to Route 66. It's
Who?
amazing. Route 66
No,
is very iconic.
chugging them niggas? Hell
Yeah.
no. Nah, fuck that. No.
It's a family affair.
No, it ain't. We just staying home then if I gotta drive with them. That's for sure. I used to drive though. I used to drive to DC a lot and North Carolina a lot. So
Yeah, I drove across the country.
yeah,
So
I can't do it.
I can make it happen.
That's what's up, man. Wrestle, what's popping?
Hi.
I see you got the setup pipe popping. You got a microphone and all that.
I do. Like I said, Hemp, you're not gonna be talking shit about me and my audio anymore. Y'all gonna hear me talk my shit.
No doubt. So you made a good investment?
I mean, it's Temu, so I don't know how good it is, but it's an investment nonetheless.
Damn, yo. Hey, yo, I don't know how that Temu shit smell like asbestos.
Oh.
Word to me. My daughter got this cart. She said, "Daddy, can you get this shine cart?" Right? So it got wild shit in it, right? And then I get to the bottom where the price is. It's like $60. She got like 40 things in the cart. So I guess they only deliver like once a month or some shit. And that shit smell like last year, like iron pipes or something like that. Know what I'm
But you
saying?
still got a deal though.
I guess, but she might be sick in 10 years. You know what I'm saying?
Maybe.
Okay, it's that simple, man. Fuck it. Roll the dice, huh? Krishana, what's the word?
Hey, how's everybody doing?
How you, man? What's popping?
Everything
I
is
know.
popping quite well for me.
When your album release? A month ago, right?
Yeah, March 30. Yes.
How it doing? What we doing? We touring? What's popping?
Yes. In fact, I'm headed to London during the time of the boxing match. Otherwise, I'd have been there kicking it with y'all.
Word,
And then in
word, word.
November, I head to Paris.
Okay.
So yeah, it's
You
moving and grooving. It's
you
opening up
performing?
doors for me.
You performing,
Yeah.
obviously, right?
Performing, meet and greets, interviews with DJs and different things like that.
That's what's up, man. Damn. The grind is real, man. This shit don't stop, man. You know, like Callie
Especially,
said. Oh, go ahead. My fault. Go
especially
ahead.
not for an independent. Oh, it's all good. You're right. The grind doesn't stop, especially for an independent artist. So it's
Yeah,
a lot of work, but
like Callie said, you only defeated when you dead. Know what I'm saying? Well, she didn't say that, but that's what I got from it. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's up, man. What platform performs the best? Like Spotify, was it iTunes?
yep, iTunes
Tidal.
or it's hard to say. Probably I'll say maybe Spotify, and then YouTube is really good because most people gravitate towards YouTube. It's easier to get to, and then most people aren't on the other platforms.
Yeah.
So YouTube would probably be the top.
Yeah, YouTube probably has the least amount of effort to get into it. Yeah.
Right, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Like I don't have Spotify.
Right.
But I have an iPhone, so I have Apple Music. But
Yeah.
even then, you got to pay for it, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, and then YouTube is the biggest search engine in the world, I think. Right.
Mhm.
So that
You can
makes
find
sense,
everything on
man.
there.
That's what's up, man. Is Impress here? Impress will find the link, I'm sure. Black saying drop the link. He a moderator, like he can't go find the link and then drop it. What's the name? I quit, man. Fuck this shit. I quit. Oh man. All right, hold on a second. All right, make sure y'all grab the link so we can all tune in and all that. You know what I'm saying? Let me do this. Okay. All right, hold on 1 second. 1 second. I gotta do this real quick.
So nobody's not drinking anything for Cinco de Mayo? Like we're all sober tonight?
I just took a shot.
You drinking?
All right.
Yeah, I'm not drinking, but I took a puff or two, you know.
So we went to Chateau Elan for Bestie's B-Day celebration over the weekend, and I got me 2 bottles of this Tropical Breeze wine. It's very tasty.
It's good. What is the Buzzball?
No, it's some wine from Chateau Elan.
She said don't do her. She upgraded. She on the wine tonight.
I'm on the wine tonight.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Nah, man.
None of the malts today.
Nah, man. She going back soon.
Yeah, after that second bottle is gone, I'm gonna go back.
But
I'm gonna probably go back to On the Rocks.
Going back is crazy. I prefer you to stay on the rocks. On the rocks is cool. Yeah.
Who? What is that?
On the rocks.
On the rocks.
It's like a mix. It's mixed drinks, but they're like with top shelf liquor.
What you mean?
So you could get like a lemon drop, and the vodka they're gonna use is like gonna be like FN, or I'm not probably saying it right, but whatever 50-cent vodka is, like it'll be like, good vodka. Or like the top rum. Maybe second shelf. I don't know. Nah, I don't drink that much.
Yeah, you're right. The lemon drop is with FN, however you say it. That's how it's spelled.
That's what it looked like. Yes, I don't know if I pronounced. I don't know.
Oh, I never. Oh, so it's already pre-mixed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
But it's like a premium instead of like the malt liquor.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
That's what's up, man. So it's expensive then?
I mean, it's a couple dollars. It ain't over 20, so it's affordable for me.
Yeah, like the bigger bottle that I get, I think it's like 25 at the package store that I go to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I seen it in CVS for like, I think
They got it at
$15.
CVS where you at?
Well, yeah. Well, right here in the
Okay.
country, the CVS sell liquor, 7-Eleven sell liquor. They like their liquor.
They always selling liquor, right?
I wish they would sell on the rocks at the CVS over here where I'm at. I wouldn't have to go far at all.
Hey, Sod, are you on camera?
I am. Can you not see me?
No, I'm on a different screen. Hold on. All right. Yeah, I don't drink shit like that. I just drink.
Okay, baller.
No, I just drink straight liquor. I prefer that. That sugar stuff give you too much of a headache. You don't think so?
I don't know. I never been like, let me take a shot. I've never been a shot person because it's disgusting.
Hey man, y'all gonna stop shaming niggas for drinking good too.
As much shame as you shame.
How do I shame?
Oh, what you was driving across country doing drugs? Like, excuse me?
That ain't shame. That's the truth.
Marijuana is not a drug. I'm sorry.
That is a drug. Literally.
Depending on what state you in.
Okay. I guess it is criminal or not, so I guess you have a point there. All right, let me see. All right, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. Salute everybody in the building. We got 200 people in the building. We only have 58 likes and 1 dislike, man. Salute to Mike Brown as well, who gifted 5 This Might Be Risky memberships. The names popped up on the screen. I hope y'all show love and at least say thank you and please maintain it. So salute to everybody. Juan Solo got a membership. Ricky P got a membership. Kia the Diva got a membership. And they're also second cousin membership. So I believe that's the $5 tier. So salute to my OG Mike Brown, who's also the first person to ever send a super chat that this might be risky. So just so might be
okay, Mike.
Right. Yeah, man. For sure.
Hey, Hamp, you think it's the same person that keeps disliking stream?
It gotta
It's
be.
always just that one.
It has to at this
Swear to
point.
God. Yeah, I swear to God, I think it's the same person.
Somebody's really disliking the show.
Yeah, it just be one.
And the show ain't even started yet. That's the crazy thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, but what
I smell hate.
This what I was saying, so cause everybody would drink this shit. Feel me? But then they'd be like, oh, it's too expensive. Well, if it's available, niggas drink it though. You see? Like, let's say I had a bar lined up, right? And I got 1738, 1942, right? And then I got FN sitting there and Hennessy, right? Everybody gonna drink the 1738 first over the Hennessy. That's all I'm saying.
You got a point.
I mean, it depends on what type of Henny it is, though.
Nah.
Regular.
Yeah, the black shit
if
is
it's
trash.
If it's that dirty, I understand. But if it's VSOP, I might drink that first.
Not over the 1738 though. You had 1738 before?
No.
Put them in the bathroom.
Oh, brother.
I could actually take a shot of 1738 more so than
Is that
take
tequila?
a shot of Hennessy.
I had 1942.
No, 1738 is a Hennessy, cognac.
Oh, see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't
even go down that route.
I don't know if I had it or not.
Yeah, y'all drink cognac. Hennessy cognac.
Yeah, I know. But I don't like go into other cognacs, if that makes sense. It's really just Henny, maybe a little Douce. That's really it.
Douce is good too. I like Douce.
Yeah, I was about to say I like Douce a lot.
But my favorite is Branson. Go ahead, Kelly.
No, I was gonna say I'm even getting into all that. This is a cognac. This is a whiskey. That. Okay, clear is probably vodka. Dark, just try to stay away from it as much as possible. That's about as far as I go with it.
No, it's
clear is probably vodka, not tequila.
Yeah, well, I mean, aside from Patron, but you know. Other than that, clears more than likely vodka. Just stick with the clears.
That's
Leave alone the darks for the most part. And that's it. I don't get into
vastly
all of the other
different.
stuff.
Whiskey is made here. Cognac is made in France. Yeah, it's and they taste totally different too. I prefer cognac over whiskey for sure. All right, man.
When I think about whiskey, I think about what is it? The Tennessee.
The which one?
You know what I'm talking about?
Which one?
The Tennessee.
Tennessee whiskey. Yeah, most of them are. Jim Beam, Jack Daniels.
Yeah, Jack Daniels. That's what I'm thinking about.
I hate
the
Jack
honey
Daniels.
though. The honey one, it ain't that bad.
I can't stand it, so I ain't gonna lie. I hate Jack.
That was me. That was me when my lights went out.
What, Jack Daniels?
Oh no, my lights went out in my car.
Oh. All right, man, let's get it, man. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, hit that like button right now if you can. It helps the channel the most. Once again, salute to the ladies and the women's POV. We got 200 people in the building. Bless you, Cali. We only got 77 likes. It's very important that we get the likes up as they help the channel the most, man. So let's get into this, man. We've been kind of dissecting things. One thing that really got me kind of started on this, I can't really say one thing in particular, right? But I did a show on Saturday to finish a show that I had on Friday, right? And we were talking about the manosphere and its origins, BWE, Black Women Empowerment, and its origins. What I found doing this discovery was that both segments, regardless of what was said, the general sentiment was it was a response to something, right? If I want to be a little bit more provocative, I would say tit for tat, right? So black men didn't have a microphone. Now we got the microphone. Here's what we actually are, and here's what the people who are disparaging us actually are, right? And then it was said from someone who had the history, Nyla, she seemed like she had a lot of information regarding that. So I want to make sure I give the credit for the edification that I received. Was BWE was kind of created to push back against what the manosphere was saying. And that was said, right? So it's literally back and forth and back. So then I say, okay, Sherelle had presented a thing called proof of concept, and it's just about things that are said. Is it actually real? Can we actually substantiate it? We were talking on Monday, and there were a couple things that are being said. Like, as an example, women harm children and the elderly the most, right? On his face, you're like, damn, wow, right? But then when you just think a little bit further, you're like, duh. Because they have proximity to the elderly and children because of the jobs they do merely, right? From CNA work to daycare, etc. So when I'm looking at the stuff, I'm like, I want to make sure that it makes sense while we saying it, And I'm wondering how much things have actually been assessed to where they actually make sense and can hold the test of time under scrutiny when they're being substantiated or not, right? So there's a thing. Black women are the least desired, right? The least protected. And those are really the two things that I was kind of pinpointing. The face of debauchery, or at the very least being ghetto. The face of welfare. The face of single motherhood, right? How you say? It's essentially said that the people that come from black women only and don't have a father are the worst in society. Did I get anything wrong so far? In terms of the tropes and the sentiments. What do you guys think about any one of those categories? What do you guys think about any one of those categories? Anyone, but overall, your overall sentiment about those things that you're hearing about the demographic that you're a part of. What's your initial feeling, Callie Bev? And I'm saying feel on purpose.
I'd say perpetuating or promoting the stereotype on some nanny nanny boo boo shit.
Say it again.
Extrapolating, yeah, promoting and furthering the stereotype on some nanny boo boo shit. And also, because the one that stuck out to me the most would be the face of welfare, and I already know how that came about. Whatever, like on like a political lens, media propaganda shit like that or whatever. But I'd say it's for first hand, it's extrapolating minority problems across the board to everybody, and then putting everybody into the same box and just saying Black women, and that's it.
Okay. I understand the feeling. Aaliyah?
My initial feeling, I feel uncomfortable
Mm-hmm.
hearing these stereotypes
Okay.
for us as Black women. Like, I don't like it. It makes me feel very uncomfortable. I wish these weren't the stereotypes that are on us or in society. I wish that wasn't the jacket that we wear. Yeah.
Okay. I accept it. Saw it?
Um, I personally think that like it makes me sad, honestly. Because like Aaliyah said, I feel like these are stereotypes, and I don't necessarily think that by large these are the stereotypes that um most Black women carry. I feel a little confused because I feel like for the Black community, we're the only community that really does the most when it comes to bashing one another, the male and the females. When I look at other cultures and especially Caucasians, like right now I'm in West Virginia. These motherfuckers walk around with bonnets, pajamas, like literally every day. And we don't see that being said at mass as to this is who they are, this is their character. Half of them are on welfare, half of them are using public assistance. Yet this is not they don't go out their way to make that known. So when it's us and it's our people, I just don't know why we go out our way to make the negative so loud when we need to be making the positive more louder. So yeah.
Okay. Ressa?
So when I hear that, honestly, it does make me feel sad. These are known stereotypes that has been around since the beginning of time, I guess you would say. It's unfortunate. I do work in the social services field, and based on what we hear often, unfortunately, the Black community is judged by that. Everything that you mentioned, that is unfortunately a cap that's been assigned to us to wear. But I do feel as though it is stereotypical, but of course it's not accurate for everyone on the larger scale, I would say.
Okay. What you think, Rashana?
Initially, to hear those things, it is disappointing. But I understand, not saying that it's okay. I understand the reason for it. You look on social media, which is some things that I've seen that have helped me to understand more as I've done some of these panels, where different viewpoints come from, because the display of us as Black women isn't always portrayed in the best light. Some of that has to do with decision making. I think that there could be a great change if enough of us came together and decided to do differently. However, I do also understand that a lot of the reason why some of these things occur is because some things are taught and some things are caught. So you could be a product of your environment, it could be something that you see, but at the end of the day, it does boil down to the individual to make the decision as to what they want to do and who they want to be. And it may not always be easy, making certain choices, to be better. But I do understand why there's the viewpoint. But I do agree with what Pressa was saying. There are enough of us out there that are portraying positive images, and it's not shown.
Okay. So I heard I heard all the sentiments. Aaliyah, you said you felt sad, but you didn't actually dispute what was being said, right? The other ladies had a little bit more pushback to what was being said, right? Like stereotype, that's a subset, it's bashing, when other cultures don't do it, etc. You said it's sad. It makes you sad that this is the how you guys are portrayed. Or not, you didn't even say that. How you guys are seen. Let me ask you, is there any credence to any of the categories? There's other categories too, attitude, right? Maybe that goes under ghetto or whatever whatever that one was. So, what do you think about those things that are associated with black women? Do you disagree with the categories overwhelmingly, or do you want to parse them out? Like, what's your feeling about that part?
I think that these stereotypes can be true. I feel like we do perpetuate them in society, hence social media. It's highlighted the most. Um, we perpetuate these stereotypes. So I think that's why they keep getting placed on us now, at least now in society, where I feel like we are perpetuating some of this. Well, I feel like we do perpetuate the stereotype. Like when, for example, the whole food stamp situation, they was who was on the news? It was majority black women, and they're talking about their experience. That's what the news decides to highlight, and like social
Because it's
media.
propaganda.
I'm just
Well,
saying,
let her
but
let
this
her
is just
finish
what's
it.
put.
Let her
This
finish it,
is
and then we
this
can
is what
engage.
this is what's put out there, right? So we're just all. I just feel like we're giving them something to make propaganda out of, I guess. Like we're giving them what they need. We're adding fuel to the fire. And if we don't want these stereotypes being like if we don't want these stereotypes being put on us, we have to have some sort of change behavior as like as black women in general. We have to all as a community make changes. I feel like we shouldn't keep giving evidence to these stereotypes. We shouldn't be playing into it. We shouldn't. There shouldn't be someone that they can highlight. It shouldn't be something that they can keep putting out there in front of everybody to keep making this stereotype a thing. So that's all I'm saying.
Go ahead, Sar.
I just think it's unrealistic. I think in society, no matter where you go, you're always going to have people that carry their stuff a particular way. Like I said, what they do is what they do. I don't praise it. I don't think it's right. But I don't think that that's the focal point, or nor do I think that that's the majority of African American women that carry their self this way or exude this behavior. I feel like I said before, it's up to us to push the better propaganda, like to push the good. Like it's so much good that goes on within our community that we do not share, and we do not they don't make it known. For even to say about the food stamps thing, like yeah, I get that, but that's all it was propaganda. Of course, they're always going to show the black people because that's what they want us to be. That's like they want us to be in this box. And the moment that we step outside this box, it's always going to be something ghetto or something heinous that they're going to show to put us back in that box. Like I don't know.
Okay, so propaganda. You're saying so. We're saying that they make it look like something that it isn't, or they sensationalize it.
I feel like they sensationalize it.
More
Like
than
I'm not gonna hold
sensationalized.
you. Yeah, like I'm not gonna hold you. Like yeah, we know like it be ghetto shit happening, but like for the majority, like no, I just don't think that that's the majority of women. And to keep on putting that cape on them, like on us, that's crazy. Like it's crazy.
Do you think so? I think there's a number that we get to. Like so. Let's say like we take Mr. Fantastic, right? It's my friend, so I can like use him as a he said it's 40% of the women with the poor behavior. Do we say because it's the minority, is it a problem, or do we what? How do we reconcile that?
It's a problem.
Okay.
Yes, I can admit that it's a problem, but it goes back to the saying that we say frequently: everybody can't go. So if the 40% of the motherfuckers can't go, they can't go. But to think that we're going to get 40% of these females on track, I don't see it happening. The only thing that we could do is save the ones that want to be saved and correct the youth. But like, you ain't about to tell a bitch that want to be twerking and drinking on Cinco de Mayo not to drink. Like, that's crazy. She going, like, that's her lifestyle. Like, I don't know.
Well, think about this, right? Because we look at this, right? But just consider the language, right? We can't tell a bitch that want to twerk on Cinco de Mayo. Isn't that what they use to portray us in a particular way? What do you think about even something as surface level as language that we use towards each other? Do you think that they use that to propagandize?
If they want to, then they can. But they they call each other crackers and all this other stuff. Like, I'm not, when I'm having
So
a one-on-one,
why does that
Hold on,
matter?
hold on, Leah. Let her finish. Go ahead, Sal.
when I'm having a one-on-one conversation and I want to be politically correct and I want to pronunciate words and not use certain words, I see fit to do that. But when I'm kicking shit with my people, I'm going to call it how I'm going to call it. So you're not going to tell the women that want to twerk and drink on Cinco de Mayo that their behavior is unbecoming. They're going to do what they're going to do.
Go ahead, Aaliyah.
No, I just wanted to understand, like, when you're making your statement, you keep bringing in other groups of people and what they do in their communities. I just want to know, why does that matter when we're talking about what we do in our community and like
I'm not bringing other
how
groups
we handle
in.
it.
I'm not bringing other groups in for one to justify. So let's make that clear. So I'm not bringing them in to justify. I'm making it a point. So I'm saying I don't see them bashing the way that we do. The way that I don't know how they correct their behavior in their community. But for the most part at large, I see so much of the behavior that is unbecoming in our community happen in other communities, and they keep that shit under wraps. So I'm just like, I don't know. We need to do more at glorifying and uplifting the good things that's happening. I don't give a fuck about anybody else in their community. I was just speaking on it.
Yeah, she's just talking about what is propagated and what isn't, right? So we propagate all of our negatives and they propagate all of their positives. That's to wrap up what Saad is trying to get at.
And also too, I would say just the way we address it, just based on I've seen from like white colleagues and whatnot, when they have issues, it's handled within the family. And I based on my experience with the Black community, I feel as though certain issues are handled as a community. So that's why it's on the forefront, whereas white people, they're handling their stuff individually and keeping it in the family, and we're kind of throwing our stuff out there. And also too, I wanted to say, in terms of the stereotypes, we're also laying down that foundation. Like, for example, over the weekend when I was traveling, there was this lady and she was dressed in a bedazzled bonnet, and Tampa was under a tornado watch, and she was the only one huffing and puffing, and here these niggas go again. The flight is late again. Mind you, this is a Black lady. So the white lady that was seated next to me was actually recording this Black lady as she's going off because our flight is being delayed for a tornado warning. So just something as simple as that, I'm sure that's probably circling social media now. So not to say that's for the majority, but sometimes we do lay the foundation for some of the stereotypes that we're being perceived for.
Okay. Well, I guess I just listened to what you guys are saying in terms of these other so-called communities, and I don't think we can substantiate it based on the information that we actually have, right? So there's a podcast that has all white men, right? And I think it has 2 million subscribers. And it's always all white women up there, and they're literally having the same conversation. Also, the white manosphere, Callie, correct me if I'm wrong, existed before the black manosphere, in which they were literally complaining about relationships and dynamics. Furthermore, Snapped, I guarantee, has more views than all of the black manosphere channels combined. And that consists of white men and women killing each other based on their relationships. Secondarily, when you watch the Real Housewives of X, you know which one's got the least amount of views? The Atlanta one. Right? But when you look at the Beverly Hills one, when you look at the one of Montgomery County, way more views, terrible behavior. All of our favorite movies, out of the 10, 5 of them are Italian mobster movies, which shows the debaucherous nature of white people. Right? White Boy Rick from Detroit. I forget the guy from Blow. I forget the guy's actual name. Johnny Depp played the character. And the Irish guy, in Boston, in South Boston. Right? So literally, that shit is everywhere. I think they have more people, so they got different degrees of separation. So I would push back against the narrative about what they don't do, and I just substantiated it with the things I just named.
Okay, that's definitely a good
I
point as far as
understand.
there's more of them, so they have more wiggle room to say that it's more so of a subset, and they get to, they have the numbers to go ahead and have that separation, whereas we don't. So that I take your point on that for sure. Um, it's just like how, like, the best analogy that I could come up right now is how, how back in the day we had different genres of hip hop. You had your conscious rap, you had your party rap, you had your gangster rap, right? And you can kind of pick and choose which one you wanted to do. Well, nowadays, as far as with the spread of social media and whatnot, now the focus can only be on, you know what I'm saying,
Callie,
what's
are
more
you replying
popular
to
is
what
the
I said? Because that's what I want to talk about right now.
yes, yes.
All
I'm
right, so
giving
you're
the
saying there's different
analogy.
genres. Yeah, we got conscious rap, we got gangster rap. Okay.
Right. Whereas now with social media, we propagate the gangster rap or the drill music, but we don't propagate the conscious music because it's not as popular, you know what I'm saying, amongst ourselves. Whereas back in the day, it was more so we can kind of pick and choose because, the radio kind of played everything. We didn't have that social media to go on ahead and push whatever it is that we actually wanted to hear. You know what I'm saying? We got to pick and choose which one we wanted. So I think to your point about they have the numbers to go on ahead and have those divisions amongst themselves, we don't have that amount of separation based off of the sheer numbers.
Yeah, so I agree. I don't think, but even for me, with your comparison, hello.
Yeah.
Yeah, we can hear
For
you.
me with the comparison, it's like, okay, yeah, it's out there and it may be mainstream, but it's not demonized as how it would be demonized if it was us. So when you even bring about the mobsters, like, they got a lot of mobsters and stuff. It's not demonized. If anything, I feel like it was glorified. Like, so I see the comparison and where you were trying to go. I just don't subscribe to it because of that point that I just made. So
Okay. Well, yeah. So the thing about that point is that would be true for all gangsters and mobsters. Easily. Every one of our heroes is a gangster, right? All of the people that are propped up are gangsters, right? We make sure to let people know Malcolm X passed. He was a gangster before he was Malcolm X, right? When you get shot in our community, that gives you credibility. When you go to prison, that gives you credibility, right? When you have that edge to you, you are more desirable. So I would simply push back
yeah,
that with saying that
so
that is an American thing, not just a white or a black person thing. That's an American thing.
Yeah, but even if you look outside the mobsters with when you brought up the housewives, no, like they're not demonized for going up there and being catty and throwing wine on each other or whatever they do up there. They're not demonized for that behavior. Where
How do you know that?
if
They're not though. They're not because they have the
okay,
numbers to separate themselves. And then also too, if you look at
Well, hold on. There was a conversation happening, right? And so, Callie, what your point, the point that you're making, doesn't actually say that. It says that they can be categorized as a subset, and because there's so many white people, those people don't speak for the whole majority. However, that group is indeed admonished. It's just that we don't have the
right, but
degrees
what
of
I'm
separation.
exactly, and it's also an American thing to blame the ills of society on the black people. That's also an American thing. How is it that we come right out of slavery and we're still labeled as lazy? That's an ongoing thing. Be scared of the black people because they're going to do X, Y, and Z to you,
You know,
even though we're not. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
So yeah,
Here's my concern, Krishana and Caressa. Oh, sorry. Were you trying to say something, Aaliyah?
Mm-mm.
Uh, if we're saying it's propaganda, then there's really nothing to do about it because propaganda is alleging that it's not real. It's being manufactured. Propaganda, right? That's the key. So if it's propaganda and it's being manufactured against us from a subset, then do you think most people are going to be galvanized to fight it, or are they just going to say, "Oh, that's just them over there," or "It's little," or "It's not me," so it doesn't affect me directly? Like, how do people respond if they just saying it's just propaganda?
The second way you said it, it's not me, so or it's a subset of people, so or like Saw said, they can't go. So, they just gotta get left behind, It's it's the separation. They they separate and they say that's them. It's a minority and they don't care that it's a problem. It's still a problem nonetheless. Even if you want to say it's a small problem, it's a problem. But
the propaganda is that it's all of us. You see a black person, you're going to automatically think X, Y, or Z. That's the propaganda part. The propaganda is not that it's not real and it doesn't happen. No, that's not the propaganda piece of it. The propaganda piece of it is that it's saying that it's all of us. This is just how you gonna act in point blank period, and that's it.
Hmm. Caressa, Krishana.
Yeah. So what I understand about the situation is these things are happening, and I believe we all know that it is happening. The challenge comes where there may not be enough of us that care enough to try to spotlight different things, and then two, there's a control system when it comes down to media, and I'm referencing this into social media. Social media spots a lot of negative things, especially when it comes to our people. However, we also have a bit of control in the area too, because we have the opportunity to share or not share, or like, or subscribe or not subscribe. And so the more that we push into liking or sharing things that push us in a bad light, those things are going to continue to go out. But if there are enough people that do care enough, which that's the big stretch, right? If there are enough of people of us who care enough to start doing different or encouraging other people to do different, we may get some different results. It's a possibility, but I understand that that is a big challenge. That's a big expectation to have of so many people.
Caressa.
If that makes sense.
Yeah, it makes sense. Yep. Caressa.
So, as I said before, we do provide a baseline for the stereotypes that are out there. And I know I received a lot of slack the last time I said this when I said that change begins within, change begins at home. Because I know, like with the Black community, it's always like we as a whole have to do this, we as a whole need to do that, we're promoting this. But I'm still a firm believer that that change that we're looking for, it has to begin individually first. Like that has to start with you. That has to start with your household, your family, because as Saud said, that 40%, we're not all going to make it. There's only some of us that's going to change. Some people don't want to change. Some people are happy with who they are. So I do believe in order for that narrative to change, I mean, you got to start with yourself. You got to take a deep look at what you're doing, become the change that you want to see.
I agree. I agree with Chris on that because just like they tell you on the plane, you know, when it comes down to something, you got to take care of yourself first before you get the next person. And that's why I was mentioning the caring part is a stretch to, you know, expect that of so many people to want to try to help and try to encourage, especially when they may be in a position where they think there can't be a change. I believe that there can be a change, and I do agree with you, Chris, that yes, we do have to take responsibility ourselves first before we can move on to try to help somebody else. And we just can't control whether or not people care enough to want to help the next person. Unfortunately.
I mean, I agree with you
Real quick.
guys. The
Hey,
way,
real
oh,
quick.
sorry.
Jeff, salute my G. I see you grinding over there, man. I'm proud of you. Make sure y'all, if you're not already, you're probably living under the rock. But Ask a Brother podcast, Jeff James. Salute to the brother in the building, man. We grinding over here. I think they had a great show earlier, as a matter of fact. It's like a kind of like this show in terms of it's the ladies, you know. And I think I seen Crimson up there. She was cooking, so salute to them for sure, man. Go ahead, Aaliyah. My fault.
No, I just wanted, like, I agree with Carissa and how you say your name?
Krishana. That's my
Krishana,
other
sorry.
tag. Okay.
So yeah, no, I definitely agree. The way that I'm thinking about it is like, if we're gonna do the numbers 40, 60, does it have to be 40%? Like, can we lower the number on who gets left behind? Like, it doesn't like the way I think about it, it doesn't have to be 40%. Like, we can make that 20. Can't we make it 20? Like, if we gotta say people gonna get left behind, all right, we can leave people behind, but does it have to be 40%? That's what I'm saying.
And we can shorten that. And I agree with you, Aaliyah, but the issue is how do we shorten that number? And in my opinion, I believe that solution begins at home. For example, one of the
With
things
the
that I
youth. Mm-hmm.
is I hate to see young men when their pants are sagging. So guess what? I'm raising a future king. So my future king knows that he's not leaving this house if he is not well groomed, if his face is not washed, his teeth is not brushed. We're not doing that. You're not leaving my house with saggy pants, unbuttoned clothes. That's because image is important. The first thing that people see when they look at you is how are you dressed? How do you express yourself? Are you eloquently spoken? We have to be judged based on how we present. So that's why I say you got to start at home. Start with your children, start with your cousins, your family members, whomever, and start there. And then after that, branch out into the community. But I do believe oftentimes that home piece is overlooked because we're so focused on the community. We got to get to community to where we need it to be. Start at home.
Yeah, that goes back into be the change that you want to see. So if you provide that, model and that role model, then others will latch on to it because they want to have the same successes, for lack of a better word, that you have. So you can chip away at that 40% for sure. It's not going to go down to zero, but we can definitely chip at it.
You know, I agree too. I feel like it definitely does need to start with yourself and with the youth for those numbers to decrease. Because I just don't see realistically, like, I don't know, him. You said it before, like when we get to a certain age, we tend to be stuck in our ways. So it's kind of hard to try to maneuver someone to, you know, move a particular way. Like I don't feel like we need to stop trying necessarily.
Well,
But I just don't see. You said what?
nothing.
Oh, but yeah.
I get your point, Saad, and Aaliyah's point too. He who has an ear, let him hear. We can do our best. Those of us who care enough to say something, if they hear, that's wonderful. If you gain one, that's amazing. You gain 10, that's amazing. You can only start from where you start, and hope for the best at the end of the day. Obviously, because you can't save the world at one time. Or even 40% at one time. Okay.
Yeah, so I think people really generally speaking don't change, but they control or mask, right? I think the truth is people don't think that they can be corrected at particular ages, right? So we get stuck in our ways, and because we think we're successful, we justify it, right? But if we make an honest assessment of ourselves, what percentage of us needs a revision? And I think that's the thing we got to be honest about. I understand the propaganda, and I stand corrected in terms of how Callie said it's propagandized, how it's all of us, or at least most of us. But I have to be honest. Hold on. HB, what's popping, man? I ain't seen you in a month of Sundays. Hope all is well, good brother. Good to see you, man. It's been a long time, man. I have an inclination though, right? So if I go to the club or whatever the case is, I check all the exits, right? I still do this thing. And I get in there. One of the first thoughts I still be having, I whoop everybody ass in this motherfucker. And then I go get on the DJ booth, right? Now I'm polite, I'll be saying hi, excuse me, thank you, da-da-da. But why do I have that thought though? You see? And I will still get in a fist fight for particular things, including words. Right? But because I haven't had to get to that point in a long time, I try to exonerate myself. I try to separate myself from the demographic that they are worried about. Right? So I think that we do that. And then essentially we miss the opportunity to improve. Because it's never us. But I think overwhelmingly it is us. Right? And again, I comport myself. I'm very kind to people. I say, excuse me, thank you. Yeah. Because I am not playing if it escalates, you see? So I try to mitigate by making sure I'm polite. I hold the door for people and etc. Right? Because I understand that part. And I accept the fact that it's not just okay to just be going off. But if I can't see myself, how can I correct myself? So I think that 40% will remain stagnant until they can look in the mirror for real. So I got a couple clips that I want to show y'all. Like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend. Hit that like button right now if you can. That helps the channel the most. 2K was popping, man. Make sure y'all get y'all asses to Houston. 2K will be on the live panel as well as in the boxing ring. Definitely come see him on the live panel because you might not see him after the boxing match. You heard? Dr. G was popping with the 20 balls. She said, let's go. Beautiful ladies on the POV. Hey, Hamp. Welcome back. Saw. Indeed. I didn't even read this damn super chat. I'm too busy talking trash. 2K with the 20 balls says, shout out to the, what'd he say? PP and all the ladies on the panel. Good show thus far. So let me show you a couple clips where, to Callie's point, is this how they see you guys? And if you see anything up here, I need us to be honest. Agreed? Mm-hmm. Shake my hand. Okay. Shake. Caress it.
I was about to say.
Thought.
Oh, I did it. You can't.
That's it. All right. Now, let me show you a couple of things, man. I just want to understand, is this us? I'm not going to lie. Is this us? How serious? Now, this first one, I want to get it out of the way because it's pretty actually serious and pretty sad, to be honest, right? So I want to go with this one first, right? The other ones may be a little bit more lighthearted, but I want to go through this one first, all right? Can you guys see? Sorry. Can you guys see my screen now? All right. Can you guys see my screen?
We can see it.
Okay. So this Janice Jones posted this. This shows in loving memory of those that don't go away, they walk beside us. So Gianni and Jaheem Pierre, born February 23rd, 1998, died May 2nd, 2026. February 23rd, 2003, died May 2nd, 2026. So these are two brothers. It is with profound sorrow that we announce the passing of Gianni Pierre and Jaheem Pierre. Their lives, through difference in years, were united in love, family, and lasting impact that made on everyone. Their memories will forever live in the hearts of those who knew them and loved them. Though they are gone our sight, they will never go from our hearts. So their sister, I'm reading Denise Jones' blurb here, okay? Their sister called them to come over on May 2nd to handle her abusive boyfriend. The boyfriend ended up taking both of her brothers' lives. So ended up taking the life of both of her brothers. I know as brothers you want to protect your sisters, and as a sister or brothers you want to protect them, to protect you, but this is not the way. These two brothers are now gone, and for them to not be twins but was born on the same day and leave this earth the same day is sad. Man praying for their family, and she bet not talk to that man ever again. He says in her last thing is, this is just sad, man. Most men who are abusive to women be scared of men. Shaking my head. So this example isn't lighthearted, right? But both her brothers are dead and gone. She called them to come to her defense and her aid. So this is one of the tropes that we actually haven't talked about that much. You know? We did a little bit with Travis Rudolph. Do you guys remember that case?
No.
The sister called her brothers to shoot his shit up, quote unquote, is what she said in the text message in court. So the brothers went over there along with their friend Travis Rudolph, who's an ex-NFL player, came out and was shooting at them. The friend died. The two brothers lived. Now, this is something that we heard about, we talked about, you know, to where the women in the community expect the men to crash out. There was a panel I had where one woman said if her husband died protecting a random woman, she has that expectation, or else he's like a punk if he doesn't. He should be coming to the defense of women, right? And I tried to parse out to understand what she was saying, but more importantly, what do you think about this? Like, is this an expectation? Right? Is this why black men are being called names and women saying they're the most protected because black men aren't willing to do something like this?
I would hope not. You know,
I think so.
this is
You know, I don't think that's the expectation, because I would never call my brother for that.
Call the police. You know, I think I mean, I am familiar. I think all of us maybe, you know, and y'all can correct me if I'm wrong. You know, I think we've all been in situations where we may have called our family members for backup and things like that, maybe at a younger age or what have you. So I understand that. But in this case, with the two brothers and the lady calling her two brothers, where she should have called the police, and nobody knows how many times she's been in this abusive situation with her man or her husband or whoever he is. You know, that could have not been the very first time. It could have been, you know, several times, and she just decided to call them over. And it probably would have been better, you know, to call.
Yeah, 100%. Obviously, in hindsight, right? But
yeah,
I mean, is this an expectation? Right? Like how I've seen this happen in Detroit. A son and a dad went over there and got killed one day. The Travis Rudolph case was headline news, right? Because he was an NFL player. So, you know. But looking at this, like, is this an expectation? You know, because we talking about one of the tropes of being the least protected. Maybe it's beyond just the physical, you know. But what do you guys think about this? Does
I
this
think
represent a
that
percentage of black women that have this expectation? If he doesn't, he's a bitch, which is why she feels like the least protected.
This represents a segment, a percentage of the Black woman population. To what extent, I do not know. However, in my opinion, this is not protection. This is just purely get back. That's not protection. That's some tit for tat shit. Protection, in my opinion, would be watch my back and make sure he doesn't do anything to me while I'm trying to leave. That's protection. Or protection in as far as give me help me with a place to stay for when I actually do leave. That's protection in my opinion. But what this is right here, and with the Travis Rudolph situation with the shoot this nigga shit up or whatever, that's not protection. That's straight up get back.
Well,
Yeah, I think. Oh, sorry.
well, I guess that's a.
No, I'm done. Good.
Well, I just want to say this real quick. So that's a take, but the brothers, right? They're going over there to protect, defend their sister.
Right. So I think the expectation. I think the expectation is for a man ultimately to be the protector and to protect. I don't think, like Holly said, that when we talk about protection, it's always to the level of like the get back or like the retaliation. But like showing up to advocate for me, and to be like, I guess what I guess like I don't know, just showing up, like she said, to just be there to make sure nothing escalate, then yeah. But then also, but now that I'm thinking about it, it could go both ways. Because even if you do show up to not try to escalate, they can still escalate. So I don't know, Hampton.
If I'm gonna tell you
That
this,
could make it worse.
if I'm having an issue with my wife, and any nigga, including Jesus, come over here, they gonna have a big problem. A huge problem.
That's why I'm saying it's so tricky because it's like I'm not calling you, to like necessarily get into an altercation. But if I'm running into a man like you, it's going to be an altercation either way. So it's just like, it's kind of like a double negative on that fence. But I don't think the majority of women requested a man to lay down their life. I don't know.
So where does the least protect?
So
Oh, sorry. Oh, let me just give you guys this information, and then Caressa, Aaliyah, just FYI, Caressa was trying to. We were talking at the same
oh,
time,
okay.
and then you can go right after her.
Mm-hmm.
So my brother Jay says, Hamp, the two brothers beat him up bad before he shot them, as he went to the car and came back. Caressa, what were you trying to say? And then Aaliyah.
Yeah, actually, I forgot what I was gonna say, Ham, but just to, I guess, kind of say what I was gonna say was I do believe sometimes that makes things worse, in those type of situations when you're involving families, because oftentimes, especially with domestic violence situations, after that situation has ended, sometimes the couples do reconcile. And it's like you're involving your brother, your daddy, knowing damn well the next day you're gonna be cuddled up with this man again. And you done involved the whole family into the little debacle that y'all just had. So I do believe sometimes that actually makes that situation worse between the family members. It creates tension, safety issues, like all type of stuff.
Yeah, for sure. Go ahead, Leah.
No, I was just gonna bring up like, y'all ever heard of like the brick lady, that lady that got hit in the face or supposedly got hit in the face? So that whole scenario where she said that some man randomly hit her in the face with a brick and like nobody did anything, and the backlash that like men got for not stepping in, or because she was saying like nobody protected her or anything like that. So I definitely think it is an expectation for men to come and protect and to essentially lay down their life if they have to, for women if it comes to that point. Just with that situation alone, just the backlash that men was getting for, I guess, not stepping in or not being there to protect her, or anything like that. why they was receiving that backlash, it didn't make sense to me, but they were receiving that backlash. So if it's not an expectation, that women have of men, then men wouldn't be getting that backlash, like, oh, y'all wasn't there to protect her and things of that nature.
She lied actually too. It came out
Yeah.
that she actually lied about that.
So I just don't. I still stand on the fence. Like, I just don't think that it is the expectation for any man. Now, there's other ways that you can assist in those situations. I don't know the situation. So for me, it's like what is it called? The bystander effect, where bystanders can see something heinous being happen, and nobody steps in. Nobody even calls the cops. So for me, it's like, well, did they even call the cops? If they wasn't going to step in, did they notify anybody? So I don't know, but that's just my take on it.
So
I believe. Oh, I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I was going to say that I believe that there is an expectation for men to, come through, and then there is an expectation, or there's another side where there are people out there that don't expect for a man to come through as well. Like, for instance, the way that I look at it, I will hope if something were happening and my husband wasn't there, and something was going on with me, somebody doing something to me in some format and people were around, I would hope that somebody would step in. But my expectation for that, it wouldn't be very high, only because nobody owes me anything and the world is cruel, unfortunately. But I would hope that somebody would step in.
Yeah. I guess that's to Leah's point, right? Where so it'll be like kind of like that, right? There's level of disrespect being exuded, right? And then when something happens, now there is an expectation, i.e., the brick lady example with the lie, even upon the lie, right? Literally knowing she could play up, y'all niggas didn't do X, Y, Z, right? To substantiate what she was trying to convey, right? I think that kind of shows like there's something to it. There's something there, Because let me ask you guys, what is the least protected sentiment? What does that mean? Mr. Broadcast.
I don't know.
If you are in trouble, nobody's going to help you. Now, the trope that I've heard with regards to why they don't is because you probably started it. Whether or not that's the case or not, you know what I'm saying? They're just that is the sentiment. You probably started it, so therefore you don't deserve anybody to step in for you.
Okay.
Now that's definitely unfortunate for sure or whatever, but yeah, outside of being able to shoot a nigga in the back as he's walking away from beating your ass or anything like that, you can't protect yourself against a man whooping on you. You can't. If he beating you, he gonna beat you and he gonna have his way with you. So you would need another man to help stifle that or intervene in that. Just like that lady that was getting sexually assaulted in the Walmart and everything. Nobody stepped in. Only one dude stepped in, and once that one dude stepped in, then other guys came and stepped in and kept the man up off of her.
Okay. Why is it?
Kind of crazy, but I
Also,
don't know.
too, we have to think about it in the sense of fight or flight. Like, we can't necessarily always control how we respond to certain things. Because there's certain situations in which your body will just, that's the flight. You're going to freeze. You can't respond. You can't move. That's your body's protective system taking over. So, can we actually fault certain people in which if they see something taking place, and they don't intervene because that's their body being protective over them? You see what I'm saying? So oftentimes it could be viewed as a negative thing when psychologically, I mean, they froze, fight or flight. They can't control how they reacted to that situation.
Right. When I think about the most unprotected, I don't think about just some man physically protecting me. I'm thinking about a man also being vocal to protect me when they see that there is negative, I guess, stigmas being brought upon me. When I think about being least protected, I'm thinking about being least protected by the law. I'm thinking about being least protected by healthcare. If I go to the doctor, I'm not taken serious when we talk about our pain level or whatever the case is. So when I think about least protected, I don't always go back to the man protecting me. I'm thinking about the society as a whole and how at every level that we will find we're not protected.
Good point.
What I was gonna say, because when you initially said it, I said I don't know. I'm explaining. I don't know because when I hear it, it's like in comparison to who? Like if we're least protected like in comparison to who, what category? Well, Sa just gave categories, so I get the categories, but it's like in comparison to who? Like we're least protected.
Well, yeah, y'all don't like for us to compare ourselves to other classes, but when we talk about other classes, so of course, children are at every twist, turn, and angle the least protected. And then as far as African American women in America, that's where we come into play. And that's against other racial groups within the US. Other racial groups will have different laws. Okay. Other racial groups will have different laws in effect to protect them when something arises. And sometimes that's not always the case when it comes into play for African American women. So I don't know.
Oh, you would I think the Native Americans lead in most of the categories. So is it just based off of like what is it based off? See, this is
But they also
this is
are
where
classified as sorry.
well, this is where it gets interesting, right? Because is it like how do we qualify and quantify? So I've made the claim. I made the statement about like the birthing, the death rates for the disparity. Like I do have questions about that. How do we substantiate these things though? Like how do we like because we want to because remember I said alleged disdain, right? The dislike for black women, right? So if we going through case parsing out, if Saud is accurate, she's accurate, right? I think protection goes across many spectrums, not just physical. The question that would be asked is, what is the conduct, right? Why are you seen as such? Is it propaganda? Is it behavior? Is it scientific? Like what's the equation?
The first.
I believe, yeah, I was gonna say propaganda. Go ahead, Caressa, because I've been
No, I
yapping
would
more
say
than
it's
you.
a combination of both. The propaganda is motivated by the behavior that's being exemplified. So it's a combination of both.
Yes, I think at this point it's kind of baked into the cake. How we've been portrayed as having a higher pain tolerance. So therefore, if we like speaking of the childbirth thing specifically or whatever, we have a higher pain tolerance. So therefore, our cries are ignored more so than other races of women. Um, the strong and independent trope that also plays into it as well. Our resiliency is weaponized against us, and is propagated as we don't need any help. And then when we cry for help, it's like, oh, well, you don't need no help. You strong and independent, blah, blah, blah. You know what I'm saying? That kind of thing. And I'm not just talking about like, amongst, our own. I'm talking about wider society.
Okay.
So, yeah.
Anybody else?
You know what, Ham? I actually have a question.
Sure.
Is it fair to say that the expectation of wanting that protection misplaced?
Is what was the last part?
Is it unfair, or is it fair to say that the expectation of wanting that protection is misplaced, meaning from anyone as a whole? Just being a woman, since we're talking about women, is it fair to say that that expectation is misplaced?
I think that nobody owes you anything, nor do people deserve anything. I think
Mhm.
everything is earned, right? And reciprocity is uberly important to most people, right? So oftentimes people don't go out their way for people that they don't know, don't understand, or have a stereotype about, that there's no value, right? There's no reciprocal value, right? So whenever you running around here by yourself, you are less protected, right? Like if I get a flat tire, I generally don't call my wife, right? Like I just don't, like she can't really help me, right? However, I have a person to call. You see? So if I need a level of security, hey, call this thing, do this, do that, whatever the case is, I have that, right? Someone who is tethered to me that really is void of choice. She gotta help, right? You see? Same thing would apply in the inverse. So to expect protection when you're not tethered to somebody whose obligation is to you, I think is kind of unrealistic, especially in
So it's fair
today's
to say
world,
that.
you know. But
Yeah, since we bought into this more individualistic mindset as a country, I'm not even talking about Black folks specifically. I can definitely see that happening for sure.
okay, yeah. Anybody else on that one? They saying that your mic is a little choppy, Krishana.
Mine is. Oh,
Yeah, it's like kind of like
what
in
about
and
now?
out,
Is it
in
still
and out.
choppy? Is it still choppy now?
Uh, we'll see.
Okay.
Keon, what's up? he said beautiful panel except me. No doubt. No doubt. After the game with the $10 says accountability and self-awareness is kryptonite for most black women. Dark Lake with the $10 says, what I find is verbal bravado is one of the only ways women can show aggression. So they feel like if they don't see a man doing that, then it's somehow a sign that he is incapable of protecting. Also, if he don't talk big shit, that's interesting. Dub Man and Great with the $5 says, ladies, would you be proud if your son went home protecting a woman he never met? So he's saying got killed. Would you be proud?
No,
Would you be proud of him?
no.
Just my 4 cents with the $5 says in 2019 there was 23 million black females, and of that 23 million, only 1,900 were unalived, which is less than 0.086%. So much for most unprotected. And TAT with the $5 says the average woman of any color wouldn't hesitate to put their brother, nephew, uncle, whatever life on the line. We are disposable heroes to them. Mm, mm, mm. Why is this a very loud sentiment, what you think? And we had this conversation. Accountability and self-awareness is kryptonite. And I got a few more clips. But accountability and self-awareness is kryptonite for black women. Do you guys hear that a lot? What do you
Yes.
think it is about the conversation, right? What do you think was said this evening? What do you think is said most often? What do you think about the approach that is taken in conversations that makes that sentiment come out basically every time there's a conversation?
I think
Hot meat kettle.
I think I think it starts when we're trying to pinpoint something and or pinpoint the issue or talk about what the problem is, and then it shifts to something else, or the blame is placed on something else rather than black women taking accountability or being able to not shift the blame to something else and try to look within. I think that sentiment comes when there's that blame shift. Whenever that blame shift comes, that's when they make that statement.
Oh,
Go ahead, Scott.
I was just about to say, yeah, I think it's hard for people to make that, especially women. It may be just because most of the time we're not necessarily, I guess, put in those situations to be able to take accountability. But I definitely heard the sentiment before. I just think that for most people, when you do have to look in the mirror, it's uncomfortable. It doesn't feel well. And it takes a certain particular characteristic to be able to even do that, to have the self-awareness to know or want to do better. And unfortunately, my sentiment is at a whole, I don't think people are good people to be able to do that. So
Now, Saad, let me ask you how you answered. Does it prove his point?
it doesn't prove his point because I take accountability
No, well,
personally for
sorry. What I said was the way you answered, not you. The way you answered the question, right? There was a transition to people because I'm trying to figure
it
out
was
why
a
it's said
transition to
so
people
often. You know what I'm saying?
because it was a transition to people because for one, I don't get into gender specifics because when I look at the gender specific conversations and I hear it from both the male side and from the women's side, and I take the gender out of it, we're all saying the same thing. We're literally all saying the same thing. So I don't necessarily think that it's a gender defect. I think it's a people defect. I think it goes to the character of the person necessarily. And if you want to say at whole that the character of the woman is like that, then I mean, I can agree with y'all, but I don't know. I just think it's a defect that people go through.
I have something.
Yeah. So no, I was just saying based on the question he asked, because I'm trying, because remember my question is why is this being said, right? And then when I'm hearing the answer, I understand it. I think I disagree that everybody's saying the same thing, but I understand how you can come to that conclusion. However, because I'm asking why they're saying that, and then when we answer like that, that'll literally like kind of prove the reason why they say it. That's why I was asking.
Yeah, but yeah, and
I have an answer.
I can see how it got convoluted, but I also said because as a female, when I am in certain situation, I know I can get off on a lot of stuff necessarily versus a man. So that's why I did try to make that point that yeah, we're not always held in situations where we have to be accountable, unfortunately. So I do think that takes a account as to why a lot of women may not be able to be accountable for their actions. And then I laid the basis out too, that it's just more so a character flaw as two people. My bad.
Yeah, no, I don't think it was convoluted. I think it was clear. I just based on my question, I know that it'll feed into that sentiment. That's all. Go ahead, Krishana.
So, just answering what the gentleman said, from my experience, I think why it can be seen that way, um, again, from my experience, and I'm just telling on myself a little bit from what I've learned, taking accountability, I think when we start talking in regard to something, we don't acknowledge what we should be taking accountability for, and we start to talk about something else before acknowledging it and just moving forward to the next thing, providing a reason as to why something happened before actually acknowledging whatever it was we may have needed to take accountability for, if that makes sense.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, we have fun with one thing, Krishana, that goes to that point. And yes, your mic's still chopping.
Damn.
One thing that goes to what you said is like we played this post and it was funny. It was like saying sorry, right? It was like men, sorry, one line. Women, he scribbled all over the board and didn't even get to sorry that was on the right. He just got the F word on the left. Like she didn't even end up saying sorry. So it's almost like the question's asked, but then it's like skirted around, and we're like, damn, can we get the answer before we get get your context? And so I think that is construed in a way in which it seems to be lack of accountability. So I think I understand that. Go ahead, Callie.
I'm gonna switch my phones, y'all.
I was gonna say that reminds me of a Discord discussion that we had after the show Wednesday, where they were saying, like, the question was posed, what do women do wrong inside of relationships and everything? And I said that oftentimes we get caught up in trying to explain what our intention is, and that can be seen as a lack of accountability, because we'll often lead with and I know that I do this myself as well, that we can often lead with trying to present what our intention is. And then the sorry may or may not come at the end. In the instance that it does come in at the end, that it's kind of like, well, you've already set the tone that you're trying to explain away what happened and all this kind of stuff like that. And the sorry doesn't seem as genuine as what you intended to be. So I think that to Krishana's point, acknowledging the fault first, leading with that, and then maybe trying to explain the intention may help that perception. But I think we do get caught up in trying to explain. Oh no, I didn't mean it like that. It was actually blah 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 blah. And then we can get, how we talk. We can get into a 15-minute explanation of as to what our mindset was at the time. You know what I'm saying? It can be seen as a non-apology apology.
Yeah. The petty politic with the $2 says, not being proud is wild. Yeah, if your son gets smoked trying to protect somebody.
I was like, what was that in reference to?
Yeah, that.
I'm gonna be sad.
Sure.
My initial reaction will not be, I'm proud my son got popped because he wanted to help some random girl. Shout out to my son, RIP. That is not going to be my reaction.
How about this?
Wait, what's this?
Oh, goodness.
Every time I'm on Facebook, Instagram, I see so many videos, right? And maybe they're just curating these videos, right? But I would say it's upwards of like probably 80% women fighting. And I'm not exaggerating because there's no benefit. What is it just... what is it? Like,
anybody want to go? Because I'm about to go.
Go ahead, son.
It's just out the rhythm. Damn, I didn't say it. But that's you, him. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. I do be seeing them a little bit, but it do be the females. But I think it just be off the basis of like, y'all be having a little bit more to lose, I guess, when it comes to the fighting. So it's like a man, it's like a man. Like, y'all gonna get crazy. Y'all probably gonna pull out guns and stuff. Females be doing it too, but it's just like a female talking crazy. I don't know. It just don't sit well in certain people's souls. So they be like, what you say? Get active.
My interpretation of that video is they got nothing to lose. They don't got no career. The job that I'm in, God forbid, a video like that starts circulating the net of me out there swinging on somebody, I'm losing my job. If I lose my job, I'm losing my house. So that's somebody who don't got nothing to lose. Probably youngsters, school, still aren't able to control their emotions, lack that emotional regulation. But yeah, that just seems like young kids that ain't got nothing to lose at that point. other
But
than the fight.
I think it goes back to more so the nothing to lose because it do be older women too. But it don't be like a regular. I don't know. Like I don't even want to say ghetto, but I don't.
Space, space. So let's still, is it a woman who's gonna wake up for her 9 to 5 the next day?
I'm not. I'm in the point of my life, Carissa. I pay my tax dollars. I'm calling the cops. Like I'm calling the cops.
Right. But
So
stereotypically, what
yeah.
we're seeing, right? And we're speaking stereotypes. So stereotypically, what we're seeing is it's the woman with the, and I know I keep referencing hair bonnets. I wear my bonnets too, so I'm not saying nothing negative about it, but that's what's portrayed out there. It's the woman with the hair bonnet out there fighting with her butt crack showing, who's living in the projects, or she's fighting in Walmart, aisle 6. Like that's just what it is.
Right. Him, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have another video to play?
Yes.
Hello?
Yes.
Can y'all hear me?
Oh.
Why? What's up?
You got another video? Oh, did you see? Because I think we need to play this video because this is crazy. Now, this is crazy. Did you see about it's the woman from Philly, her name Queen Op, and she talking about having an abortion at 7 months. Well, no, she like 6 months.
I got something for that too, Hamp. I got a screenshot that I took today. It is right on key for this show.
Oh, you know what I'm talking about?
I got a screenshot just for this.
Okay, yeah. I think that if we're going to talk about some lowdown, that's some lowdown.
Well, what I'm at, my concern is how much of the lowdown is reflective of upwards of 40% of women, and if it's 40%,
I think it would be.
I blame that. It's not to Saad's argument about the algorithm. I do not think it's the algorithm because we got baddies, we got Now That's TV, we got whole show networks revolving around women fighting, specifically Black women fighting. So it's not just it's not, and then actually it is also social media because the clips from the show get circulated and posted and just shown around online as well. So it's not just the algorithm. Like you can't just say it's the algorithm. You can't say it's because that's what he want to see and these is the videos that he's liking, so that's why it's coming up. It's a lot of these videos, different backgrounds, different settings, different people. And then sometimes the same person too, fighting and getting into these situations. Okay. It can't just be the algorithm.
I would have to I'd have to lean more so towards the algorithm because I don't see none of this shit that y'all talking about.
I can agree to the sense of that we are in like a culture where it is highly, I guess, lucrative to want to fight and to have that posted. So I give you that. So yeah.
What y'all say?
Now I'm not saying it's 100% algorithm.
Here's the thing.
Yeah, I'm not saying.
Let me make this argument real quick. The argument about the algorithm is moot because in the algorithm of fight videos, it's upwards of 80% Black women. So what we're looking at is a category, right, in which it is fight videos. And there is an overrepresentation of the demographic that we're trying to allege that the disdain is warranted or untrue. That's why the algorithm point is moot.
Oh, well, that wasn't really my main argument, the algorithm. It was like a little shady jokey joke. Yeah. But I guess it didn't land. But that wasn't my focus point because I agreed. So my bad.
Can you guys hear me now?
We can hear you. See kind of far.
We can hear you. We got speak up though.
Okay.
Because you know what you're gonna see.
Go ahead.
If you have a boxing algorithm, you're gonna see people boxing, but guess who's gonna be boxing? Men. Right. So when you look at that category, right, you have people in that category. So my algorithm consists of this, and inside of that category, this is the overrepresentation.
You know, I agree because even now, my uncle, I've been seeing it. I told you I've been seeing the fights. I don't know what's going on. I don't know.
You've been clicking on this song. That's what's going on.
I have been clicking on it, Carissa. I'm trying to get ready. I gotta prepare. But yeah, I have been clicking on it. But I don't know, it just popped up. So I think he got
And
it right.
I think that that's where we come into play as a people because we're the ones recording it and posting it. That's not to say that, you know what I'm saying, white folk, Asian folk don't fight or anything like that, because they do, and we know that they do, or whatever. They ain't recording it and posting it on the daggone internet at the same rate.
Well, we got TV shows surrounding us fighting.
And
Right.
that's where
And
the
then Hamp
lucrative part
also
comes.
said too that in those reality shows or whatever like that, the ones that get the most attention are the white ones.
No. Like we also have the Real Housewives of Atlanta, or
That's what I'm talking about.
we have the, but that's not
They're the,
baddies. That's not
that's
baddies.
they're the least viewed. The black ones are the least viewed.
In our community, baddies, now that's TV. These are things that are watched heavily in our community. Like Baddie Sunday, that's a thing. That's a hashtag. So
that's why I said that's where we come into play in propagating the shit.
But it's not propaganda if we're going out there and we're getting paid to fight on TV. Like that's not propaganda.
Okay, so when I say propaganda, just like stereotypes, there is an element of truth to it, but the intensity or the amount of it is the propaganda, where it's extrapolated to that's just what they do as a whole.
Oh, okay, yeah. I remember you saying that from earlier. Okay.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, I said when it comes to like the the social media stuff and for example the video that he just posted, if we're the ones recording it and uploading it more so than what other folks are doing, then that's when we play part into promoting and propagating it. We're feeding into it. Hey, my bad.
Perpetuating the stereotype, essentially.
Okay. So let me see. I got this here. Let me bring this up really quick. All right. So, Mianya Rose say, me and her the same. I just don't keep mine. This page says Rihanna baby bump spotted at Met Gala. I'm so tired of her. Like, dang, you don't need that many kids, dude. We get it. You're fertile. Relax. And the lady says, me and her the same. I just don't keep mine. Aaliyah, what's your sentiment on this as you shared it?
That's not crazy. That's not crazy to say. That's not a crazy status to post.
I mean, what you think?
Like that's crazy. When I seen when I first seen it on my timeline, I was just like, that's crazy. Like that's a crazy statement to say. Me and her the same. Mind you, Rihanna has 3 kids now, right? So if we're gonna put it into perspective, right? So that means this girl was pregnant over 3 times, or at least 3 times, and got rid of 3 kids. Black kids.
Is it actually crazy today?
That was crazy to me.
I'm saying, like, do people look at it as like she's wilding, or they accept it?
No, they it was hard on that. It was hard on it after a while. Like she got hard on it, and this other girl saying the same type of thing as well. So it's not a problem.
Yeah. I mean, what you think, man? There's a negative sentiment regarding the demographic of black women. Do you guys think that it's a jacket that is earned or a jacket that is given? Do you think that we need to put some of these things to rest, put some of these things to bed, or do you think that there's so much merit out there, right? Because like I said, the least protected, right? The least desired, overweight. I mean, there's just so many things that are being said, right? Men are leaving at exponential rates in terms of dating women of other races. Like, do you think this stuff is just kind of just being thrown, or you think that this stuff has like a lot of merit? Do you think that black women are truly all these things that are being said at a percentage?
I don't actually believe that, all black women are these things. I believe there's merit to what is being said because of what's being displayed, and what's being highlighted. But that's not the case for, all of the black women. I think there was a percentage that was put up about the 40%. So I believe that there's a broader spotlight that's being portrayed on that 40%, where that merit, it does hold true, unfortunately.
Yeah, I mean, 40. Here's how I look at a lot of stuff, Krishona. If you owe
Mhm.
me $100, you can't give me $60.
Right.
There was a thing that one of the brothers had used, and I'm thinking it's a great thing. It's called the Pyrrhic victory.
Hmm.
So essentially, for those that don't know what that means, is you win the battle, but you take such high casualties, it isn't worth it.
Hmm.
Like it almost it feels like a loss because of how much damage you took.
Right.
Right, you almost can't tell who the victor is.
Right.
And so at 40%, it's just like, geez. And then you have another, I would allege 30% that's silent. You know, if you like it, I love it. Let her do her. You can't tell her anything. Right? Those people would almost be like either helping the propaganda, or no, or like inconsequential to it, kind of. But they just kind of just stay out the way. And like
Hmm.
Carissa said, yo, you gotta do for you, right? I can't be focused on all this other shit. She gonna do this, she gonna be that. That's what she gonna be, right? So I understand it, but that person is of non effect or negative effect, you know. So what do, right? How do we fix the quote unquote propaganda? Can it be fixed? Can it be turned around? Is Saad accurate in saying, hey, we have to highlight the positives in order to fix it? But then it's like the negative is seemingly in your face. And then when we do have to operate with one another, how does that go? How often does a conversation happen like how we having it now?
Very
You
little.
have to change the
Not
narrative.
often.
The narrative changes.
Okay.
You said what,
Um,
Carissa?
I said you have to change the narrative until the narrative changes.
Right. So how do
I'm
we do that?
It starts with behavior. That's why I said it starts with us. We got to change first. So once we make the change that we want to see, eventually that's going to be the change that's going to be put out there. So that's why I keep saying it starts within. Because at the end of the day, do we have control over other people? No, we don't. But if you want to see change, you have to start somewhere. So that somewhere is starting within.
um okay, so I can agree with that when it comes to what we ourselves promote, right? What we shine a light onto. But when it comes to wider society, I don't think that we can fix it. And unfortunately, when it comes to wider society, we grow up in the same America as everybody else. So we are also susceptible to co-signing. Well, not co-signing, but um, believing the propaganda that's presented amongst the wider media. I think we can help ourselves within our same media, just to, put a stamp on the point. I think we can help ourselves within our own media, what we promote, what we present, and things like that. Wider society, I don't think we can help that. And history shows I don't think we're gonna put a dent in that, like at all.
Well, I don't know about that because when we talk about we say that everybody copies us, right? Or they follow us and we set every trend, right? So if we the blueprint, if we start like Saad said, promoting the positive things maybe, or condemning the bad things of our community, maybe that can transcend past our community, seeing that majority of us is not going for that, or we're not even trying to uphold that. We're not trying to push that forward, like in our music and our TV shows, anything that we able to control. It shouldn't result into that. If we don't promote those things, maybe that can transcend past our community into broader society, because just going on the logic train, right? If we're the blueprint, they got to follow suit. No, they follow suit with everything else, so they're not going to follow suit when we decide to, be positive in our community, switch up our language, how we speak to each other, how we move with one another, our movies, our music. You don't think it'll change? We discontinue Zeus and baddies. You don't think so?
Nope, not at all. History shows us that that's not true. It ain't happening.
Well,
I don't know.
I don't know if history shows it if it's never been done.
No, yeah, we when the numbers weren't at the 40% like that, right? As far as what is presented to the to wider society, we still we still have that same stigma. That's what I'm saying.
When?
History shows us that that's not going to happen for wider society.
When?
We played the
When?
Go ahead, my bad.
I'm saying when? When was this done?
We were sitting around there peacefully protesting for our own civil rights, and they sick dogs on us. We were just out of slavery, and we were labeled as the we were labeled as lazy, good for nothings, criminals, all this kind of stuff like that. There was we weren't even attacking um we weren't even attacking the white women or white people, but there were ads put out in newspapers about fearing black people, black men specifically, that they're going to do X, Y, and Z. So we need to go ahead and create these laws to keep them in check and things like that to protect us from the evil thing. We weren't even the highest on welfare. But we were presented as the welfare queen. But the welfare queen, in actuality, on paper was actually a white woman. But when they go on ahead and they put it out or whatever like that into the media, it was the black woman that was the face of it. Not the black woman, black women were put as the face of it. So that's why I was saying history shows us time and time again that that's not happening for wider society. They're not going to follow that logic train because that logic train is not politically expedient, nor does it go on ahead and well, yeah, politically expedient. It's not. And they buy into it every single time because you have to have someone to blame for society's ills. And it's always easier to be the Spider-Man meme.
Yeah, I think I hear the correlation trying to be drawn. I think it's like slightly false equivalency. Because what happened is the things that you mentioned happened to us. The things that we're discussing now are happening by us. Right. So
Well, that's
peacefully protesting, peaceful is subjective, right? Because you're going against the status quo, and so you're lesser than at that juncture. So then they sick dogs on us, right? Now we are willfully doing these things, and so we're feeding the beast. We are loading the gun. The gun is there, and we're giving it ammunition. So I see a contrast there.
Yeah, I say that we are providing the ammunition, right? But if we take away the ammunition, I'm saying that the propaganda is not going to stop because when it wasn't there, that was a constant, was the propaganda. That's what I'm saying.
But a
So,
gun can't shoot
so,
without
so
no
when I said,
bullets.
huh?
A gun can't shoot without no bullets.
They didn't have bullets before.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's a correlation, but the equivalent. It's not equivalent, right? They had to do things
Well,
to us
that's
because we weren't doing anything. Right now, they have to do absolutely nothing, and we give them all the cannon fodder they can possibly use.
right. That's why I said amongst ourselves and what we ourselves propagate, I feel that we can make a change there as far as the perception. But when it comes to wider society, it ain't happening.
But if it's not happening for wider society will be delusional. They would then that's when we would have the argument that it's propaganda. Like we would have that argument to the fullest. Like we would be able to make that argument and it not be a problem, or it's not seen as us deflecting or not taking accountability for our actions.
Right.
We
Right.
would
And what I'm
actually have a
saying,
foot, we would have you know, a leg to stand on. But right now, we don't have that leg.
and what I'm saying is that when we have those legs to stand on, it ain't gonna matter. That's what I'm saying because they didn't have the legs to stand on before, and it still happened. That's why I said if we contain it
No, but
within us. Good
that
night,
was the
Caressa.
point. They did have the legs to stand on back then
They
because
didn't.
they wasn't doing anything. They were just protesting, like you said, peacefully protesting, going against status quo. That's what they were doing. So they had to do more to get to get a reaction or for it to be something bigger. Now they don't have to do anything. Now we're just doing it. So now we no longer have the leg to stand on.
And what I'm saying, when we have the leg to stand on, it ain't gonna matter because we had a leg to stand on before, several instances in the past, and it didn't matter to wider society. That's all that I'm saying. It ain't gonna matter. The constant is whether we have a leg to stand on or whether we don't. The constant is that we are the problem. The black people are bad. We are the problem. We're the ones causing all the issues. That's the constant, whether we have a leg to stand on or whether we don't. That's why I'm in a containment within our own selves and the media that we can control and what we do see and what we do propagate. We can have a chance to change our perception amongst ourselves. But that perception is not going to change for wider society. Period.
Yeah, I would have to.
They ain't following no logic trend. They following what's politically expedient.
Yeah, I would. I think I kind of almost vehemently disagree because
And
the contrast is so stark between them doing things to us and us literally feeding the beast.
I
So I think that we I mean it's circular at this point, but those are stark contrasts that we're trying to make equivalent that simply aren't. They had to
and I
make the last point, Krishana. They had to make vagrant laws. They had to make loitering laws. They had to write the 13th Amendment in a particular way, right? To get us prosecuted and put back in the chains. You see, they had to do these things, all right? And so now, fast forward to now, we are doing things that allowed it to continue the perpetual negativity that's bestowed on us, and we can control those things, which is the stark contrast. So, we'll go ahead, Krishana.
so what I was gonna say actually to Aaliyah and Callie, I understood both of the points, and I certainly agree with you, Aaliyah, when you said that basically, influence is very powerful, and so if enough of us do, better things, that's gonna help. It will help for sure. And I understood what Callie was saying when she was saying, when we focus on our community and start doing better things, that helps also. But I do believe that it will trickle out to more broad if enough of us keep doing it because we have the control to do that. We just have to want to do it. I believe that all things are possible to those that believe. And again, we talked a little earlier about, people getting left behind. So he that has an ear, let him hear. Either they're going to go with the train or they're not. But I do think that at least if we try that's going to help. It's going to make some sort of change. It's not going to stay in a bubble if enough of us do help.
Yeah.
I definitely agree with that. I just think when I hear, like, when Callie explains her logic, like, I get it, I understand it. I just think that's just similar to the same type of justifications that's given for why nobody wants to change the behavior, because we're not in control. No matter what we do, it's still going to end in the same result. And I just don't think that's true. And that type of mindset, that type of thinking gets us nowhere. And it enables the bad behaviors that's in our communities for it to keep happening, because nobody wants to do anything because we think we don't have no control, and the way people view us is just not going to change.
Yeah, I think that we need to start viewing ourselves in a certain way. Damn whatever, well, damn to a certain extent, you know what I'm talking about. But damn whatever everybody else thinks of us, I think it's more important how we view ourselves at this current juncture. So if we can stop that amongst ourselves, cool, that's great, right? And I mean, this is coming from me. I am a self-segregationist or whatever, right? I don't fuck with them unless I absolutely have to. But you know what I'm saying? If we can control if we can help propagate how we see ourselves, I think that we will fare off a lot better or whatever. But I absolutely do not think that it is going to trickle out into wider society. Because when they didn't have the bullets, they went ahead and they got a 3D printer and made some.
So like you said, you started with saying, like, F how they feel, right? F if they change their view or not. I agree with that. Even if they don't change their outlook on our community, at least we know we're doing the work to change, and we're doing the work to change our behavior. We're doing the inner self-reflection that we're supposed to do to change our outlook. So whether they change or not, I feel like we should still do the work.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying the same shit. Yeah, I'm saying we can go on ahead. I just don't think that it's going to trigger a lot to wider society. That's the only point. That's the only counterpoint. Is that I don't think it's going to trickle out to how other people view us. They're going to view us how they view us, regardless of the fact. I'm saying we should do the work and control what we can control, which is us.
Yeah,
I just wonder.
We agreed then.
I guess I just wonder though, how well are we listening to each other, right? So often, it's back and forth. Nobody's right. These niggas is wrong. These women are whores. These niggas is pussy. Right? He only complaining because he's a bitch ass nigga. Right? She went on a healing journey, which means she just took a chill pill to the next penis. Right? It's like everybody lying, right? About their plights. So if we saying inner work, when do we give what the other sex is saying merit because we aren't married? Or are we gonna keep saying it's cool to be single and all this other shit?
I think we should start giving merit to some of the things that's being said. I think that's something that I try to express a lot. Like, sometimes we should concede to the point, because sometimes it is right. Not even sometimes. Well, I know how you get HAMP. Majority of the things that I hear sometimes is correct. So, maybe we can just grant that so we can move forward to the next part. And that can go for both sexes. But if we're talking about women, I think women should definitely concede to certain things that's being said about our community. We just got to look in the mirror at some point if we're going to do the work, like you're saying, Camp.
Okay. And then what part?
Yeah.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, I was in agreement with what Aaliyah said.
Okay. Now, do you think also, are there things that y'all need to definitely be like, nah, that ain't true? Like that's
Yes.
bullshit. That's overhyped.
For sure.
Yes.
Like what?
Women are evil.
Inherently evil?
Inherently evil, yes. I feel like that's very hyperbolic. I feel like it's very dramatic. And it takes away from the point that men try to make, or for the argument they're trying to present to women. It takes away from that argument because you're being so dramatic. And that gives something for women to be like, no, like to get on the defense. Yeah, I'm not gonna say.
Okay, so you're saying women are not inherently evil.
No, I don't think so. We're not inherently evil.
So that's one thing you vehemently push back against.
Yes.
Okay. Anything else? You know, this what'll happen, right? You'll have one woman that'll do a thing, and then it's obviously extrapolated out, and what you'll find is there's behaviors that are similar or a reminder of like that one extreme, like as an example, did you guys see this? I have the clips, but it's fine. Did y'all see the Stephon Diggs thing?
Yeah.
So Stephon Diggs,
she would.
So Stephon Diggs is a football player. For those who don't know, he played for the Vikings, the Buffalo, and the Patriots. And his cook accused him of physically harming her. And so her lawyer actually asked, not even a few days ago, for a $5 million settlement or whatever the case is, but he took it to trial, right? And so he was found not guilty today. So she was kind of on the stand lying and dancing after she allegedly got beat up, but it was a man with money, which was an opportunity, and then boom, right? And the Patriots didn't even like didn't fire him. Usually they like let him go from the team. They're like, oh, we stand by you. That usually does not happen overwhelmingly. They're like, damn, that's evil. You got the Shannon Sharp girl, right? The young girl. People will say, damn, she evil, just like those trying to take advantage of. So I just wonder, like, what's the math,
Well, they definitely were wrong in their pursuit. I'm not really familiar with it, but according to what you're saying right now, that's not the best thing, especially if she's lying. That's not right. I don't know if I would call that act evil, but it's definitely shifty and dishonest. No integrity, low level.
Yeah. And so I'm just thinking about Aaliyah's trope, right? Or what she's saying, like that's the thing that they'll be like, yo, that shit is evil, son. Telling her brothers go shoot his shit up. It's like evil. Just lying, just lied on the dude. And she's like, well, I lied because I didn't think nobody's gonna get hurt. But not if you say shoot shit. That's not how bullets work.
Yeah, that's evil.
And so what happens is they'll I guess the sentiment is, what is the capacity of most women? Is the capacity of most women to perpetuate that level of behavior? And I guess how much evil shit do you have to do to be considered evil?
Evil.
Like,
I just think the connotation of the word, like, it's a negative word, but I feel like it has to be something like, I can't say morally, because when we're talking about lying on a man, or like getting a man shot because you called him to come defend, like, those are evil things, right? Or evil actions. I just don't know if that makes that person an evil person.
Yeah.
I feel like it has to be more than that. It can't just be one singular action, because that creates a slippery slope. And you can say that for anything.
Molestation, evil?
Yes.
You give that person a pass for any reason?
No.
Rapist, evil?
Yes.
Pedophile, evil?
Yes.
One action.
But you're right. But it takes, I guess not. It don't.
I guess
No,
we're just talking about the
extrapolate.
nature of that.
Yeah.
Right? It could be, Kara, what's popping? Yeah, it could be the extreme, right? It can be an extreme thing that you only need is one time, right? So
Yeah, but to extrapolate that across an entire demographic of people based off of um individuals doing said thing, I think that's where the problem lies in saying inherently evil. Like all of y'all, 99% of y'all gonna do this.
Mm.
And that's how.
I
That's
think
the
it's the
crazy part.
inherently word.
That's
It's the
the
inherent
sentiment.
word for me.
Yo, because
Hmm.
they're saying that's the sentiment because they're looking at the capability, right? My ox just said it in the chat, right? Abortion, is that evil?
Yes, I mean it's considered and obviously there are different things to that, but I know it's the way that I look at that is probably totally different from the way that other people look at it. Like if there was a situation of like an emergency, a health issue, and you just have no control of that, that's something different. But if you are consciously making a decision to do something, when you decided to have an act and you just don't want to carry out because you just don't want to do it, then I consider that sacrificing to Moloch.
Okay, yeah, I guess you saying that she got to save her life, or the baby's in trouble, in peril, or
Yeah, yeah, you have no control really of that
yeah,
kind of
talking
situations.
about
The doctor's gonna.
yeah, we're talking about the choice of
Oh, okay.
aborting
Yeah,
When
no,
we
that,
do have
aborting children.
control.
yeah, yeah, that's sacrifice to Moloch.
Okay,
So that's what I'm saying, right? Like I can agree, like we can say all of that, right? We can say women have poor character. I can agree with that too. If women got poor character, fine. But it's just something about and when people make the argument like, oh, it's the semantics argument, I think that's what it is for me. I
Mm.
think it's semantics, honestly. I just feel like it's something about the word evil. Like it's just it's a stain. I feel like that puts a stain on women. And then for you to for it to be claimed that it's inherent, meaning that's something that we can't necessarily change about ourselves, right? So it's just like,
Yeah, see, okay, so here's where I'm finna be an asshole real quick, right? So you can't say that the woman is inherently evil if you're co-signing it and dropping me off at the abortion clinic because you want me to do it as well. Are they inherently evil then? Or if you go on ahead and you decide to go against what they want and keep it, now you're evil for making them pay child support for a baby that they never wanted.
Mm.
So that's why I'm saying like this hot kettle.
I
But
think
yeah,
you.
that's just me being an asshole real quick.
But I wonder, well, so then what do we do? Just throw it out or something?
What, the inherently evil part?
No, like the being an asshole thing. Like, do we just throw out what you said, or
No, I'm saying what you call it. If I want to be an asshole and go on ahead and talk about the nuance of it and all this kind of stuff like that, then I can go on ahead and I can do that. That's not a
no?
problem.
I mean, what did you? I mean, what did you say? You saying like she got dropped off by somebody? So you're saying is he evil also? Because that's all you're really asking.
Right. I'm questioning the inherently part. There's basically you can't win for losing
You
because
have to.
we're inherently
Okay.
evil if we get rid of it,
Well, you
even
would
though
have to.
you wanted me to get rid of
You
it. And then I'm also evil if I keep it and you didn't
you
want
would
to
have
keep
to
it.
reconcile that with my body, my choice, right? So what you're alleging is something that most women generally don't believe in, right? So that's a ride to most women because it is her choice to abort that baby, right? So that would eat itself there. And then also all you're admitting to is all you're asking is he also evil? You're not saying she isn't. So now we're still at square one. Um
Well, yeah, that's why I'm questioning the inherently
the
part.
second thing,
You can't win for losing.
what do you mean?
Hmm. You can't win for losing because if you keep it, then they're going to say that that's an evil thing. You kept the baby that I never did want.
No,
And then if you get rid of it, then you're inherently evil because you killed a baby in your stomach.
yes, but that those things,
Either way, you're gonna be evil.
but those things don't eat themselves though, right? So you're saying they're saying
Don't what?
they don't conflict. right? They're not
They do.
they're not contradictions, right? Because what you said was she kept the baby, right? That wasn't agreed upon because the sex was casual. It wasn't for reproduction, right? Because you got to just say the whole thing, right? And so now the baby comes. We have no relationship. That wasn't the expectation, right? And now I'm going to make sure that you pay penalty and perjury for a decision that you said I didn't have any control over. That would be the evil part, not the keeping, but what she does, how she leverages that baby against that man. That's what they would be calling evil. So it's
How am
not
I?
the baby.
You paying for a kid that you helped create is evil.
Yeah, I'm telling you what they're saying, right? So there's no relationship. I don't want the kid, but it's your body, your choice. And now you get to put me under whatever the law allows, right? When we didn't agree to have a kid, that wasn't an expectation. I'm just telling you that that's what's going to be said. I'm just saying that those two things aren't
Oh yeah.
contrary. They exist unto themselves.
No, it's also his body, his choice as well.
Different. Well, that's a separate conversation and argument, right? That doesn't pertain. Right, because I guess you're saying
No, yeah, it's
simply
also
he orgasms. So after that, now he loses all control over what happens next. Okay, but that what that does happen is now it still puts her more under the implication because now she has full control and she's making all these decisions to manipulate the baby and or him based on her inclination.
right. He also has full control over where he places his nut. Period.
Yeah, but we already addressed.
But you see, when you make arguments like that, that sounds crazy,
How
right?
does it sound crazy?
Because that's the only time he got any type of decision making is when he busts a nut and that's it.
Yeah,
It sounds like coercion. It sounds like
I didn't coerce you to nut in me. I'm sorry.
Callie, you're not. I just want you to understand. You're making arguments, fine, but you're not. What I want to let you know is what you're saying isn't helping the point of the inherent nature. It's almost kind of personifying,
proving
right?
the
So I understand
point.
what you're saying if you're making arguments about chastity and protection, right? But the conversation is the inherent nature. So if you can keep making the points,
Yeah.
but I just don't know if you're clearing her name of being inherently unjust or evil.
No, what I'm saying is the inherently part don't make no sense if I'm gonna be evil either way.
But it does make sense because
It doesn't.
they think it's inherent. So no matter what you do, yeah, you're evil because it's
That's
inherent.
why it don't make no sense.
Callie, I'll say it.
That's why the inherent part don't make any sense. Because whether I keep the baby, I'm inherently evil. If I get rid of it, I'm inherently evil. You can't win for losing, so
It's not.
inherently it's gonna be is all
Well, now
bullshit.
I just wasted my time then. So I just hope that everybody else heard what I was saying about the evil part of keeping a kid and then the exploiting, like, because this is what they're seeing. They're saying he's being exploited for a kid that only you wanted, and now there's child support and all this other stuff and etc. That's the evil part that they're gonna say, not you keeping the kid. If you only want the kid, you can keep the kid and be done with it. They're saying, but then how you treat the kid, treat him, child support and etc. That's what they're gonna label as the evil part, not just birthing the baby itself.
The coercion into fatherhood is the inherently evil aspect.
Yeah, like you like fuck
Yeah.
it, I'm keeping my
All right,
kid. You could do you.
they better think about biology, talking about some daggone coercion. I gotta blow my nose.
Yeah. But again, like Callie having a different conversation, and we would be conversing about it differently. But we're talking about how they view the women after these actions. You know, Krishana, were you trying to say something?
I was gonna say something, but this would just be me providing context to the situation because we don't know how situations go when two people decide they want to lay down with each other, right? I don't know if there's a conversation that's had saying, hey, you know what? If we're not using protection, there's a possibility that this person may end up pregnant, and a person says, you know what? I'm not willing to give up the child. If that's what happens, this is what it's going to be. So you have an understanding. But I don't know how many times those conversations are had. But I think that when two people lay down with each other, they both automatically have that responsibility, meaning that they know something something could happen. So before they even decided to do that, they have a decision to walk away. So I don't know if I necessarily look at it as coercion or being evil if a person decides to keep the child, even if that individual does not want the baby. That's just how I look at it.
Yeah. So just for reality,
Mm.
100% of the time, ain't nobody saying none of that shit. Yo, just let you know, I'm having this baby. Never. That's not even a thought. Ain't nobody. After 42 minutes, you could take the condom off. Like that.
I was just providing the context.
Yeah, I'm
You
saying
could be going
that
home after the
context.
club.
Yeah, that context damn near don't exist at all, Krishana. Like nobody ain't
Well,
talking
it's
like that.
irresponsible then. It's irresponsible on both parties because then there's still responsibility that's due if a child comes out of it. So both parties are irresponsible.
Yeah, I agree. Remember what we're conversing about. Now here's the thing, right? If black women have 15% mortality rates, right? If I'm not mistaken, is it 15%? Right? If you know what babies do, right? In terms of a woman in her body, right? Like that acute this y'all correct me, but it's like acute alopecia where they start to lose their hair after the baby and postpartum and etc. Right?
Mm-hmm.
You're thinking about the trauma on her body, right? And the implications, you know. If I'm implicated more in something, I'm gonna be more responsible just naturally because I have to pay most of the burden in the perjury. But I do agree that both people are irresponsible. However, that's most sex is casual, right? Like to have a baby and you don't know his middle name is
insane.
Yeah.
But
That shit is crazy.
But yeah, your point isn't lost. You know what I'm saying? Like your point isn't lost. I just know as a once casual sex connoisseur.
Oh, and then if you give it up for adoption, then it's also, you inherently evil because you gave up your child. So I'm saying that's
Callie.
you can't win for losing.
No, I mean I think Callie just want to prove the point of the inherent nature. Maybe that's what she's doing.
It's not. It's not. It's not. You can't call me inherently evil.
But these are like I don't know if she's being facetious, right? I don't know I don't know. I can't tell, right? I can't tell.
No, I'm being an asshole right now.
Yeah, right. Okay.
But it would be
So,
terrible
but
timing.
these are arguments that women say, like they say these things when they have these conversations. These are arguments that are thrown out there, right? So it makes it hard for me. It makes it really hard for me to be like, women aren't inherently evil when these are the arguments that are given when we're trying to have, the conversation. It makes it really hard.
Did someone say that we were?
Thinking like, are we evil?
Inherently evil?
It
Yeah,
sounds a
somebody
little
did say that
evil.
we're inherently evil,
Okay.
and he got several hand claps after saying such.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Kara, what you think, man?
And
I believe that women are inherently evil. Period. I just feel like we go through the most trauma, but we also give a lot of trauma as well. Just looking at it from a perspective of not even just talking about the men. You have a lot of women out here who cause a lot of trauma to their own daughters. And I think that's a evil thing. Like you're an evil person to even just be jealous of your own seed. And you have a lot of women who are very deceitful. And that's all I mean, that's the only thing I can say about that. I would have to agree that women are inherently evil for sure.
So is poor character and evil synonymous now? You know what? Okay. That's what I'm saying. It makes it hard to even argue.
I wouldn't say no, I wouldn't say that. I would say that some, it's definitely a case by case basis for sure.
Mhm.
But most of the time, if you look at different cases, it's just people decide to be evil. It's not even nothing that's it's obvious. People do evil shit. Women do evil shit.
That's
That's just what it is.
So if it's a people thing
I said
and
women. I corrected myself. I said women. Women do evil
mhm.
shit.
Yeah, so if being deceitful is considered evil, then everybody's inherently evil.
maybe the
I mean,
inherent part is what's throwing me because inherent means it can't be changed, right? So
And that means that everybody gonna do it.
no.
Inherently, you're gonna do it.
What?
I'm getting stressed out.
No, Callie,
Okay.
I think you doing. I just want to let you know, right? It's bad timing because
All right.
it's kind of like messing it up. Like we trying to understand. Like Aaliyah saying this one thing that she don't appreciate that was said about women, and just looking like, damn, bro, you kind of like making the point like a little bit. And Akira just said it straight out. You know.
it is like I'm just, and it's crazy because y'all having this conversation, and I was just talking to my homegirl about this, and we were talking about the mothers who cause a lot of trauma on their own daughters. And we look at the patterns of how they are with other people, and we look at the patterns of how they are with men, and it's a pattern. It's definitely nothing that it's a cycle, right? And I feel like people have to break cycles if they want to. You know what I'm saying? When you don't break the cycle and you choose to be that person, that's just what it is. That's an inheritance, right? So when you say that word, him, it's definitely a thing because it passed down and it trickles down. Trauma trickles down, and I feel like that's something that a lot of people don't look at. And it's definitely a thing. It's sad, but it's true.
Yeah. I see. I see your point. Um, and so, how do I say this secularly? So the inherently evil thing, I think that the nature of the women is to be, I think we said it before, like, there needs to be a level of organization, right? That needs to happen,
Mhm.
right? And also, men are here, right, to provide, protect, right, and have things to take care of and support in the ways in which we do. And I think these things, I think they complement each other well, But when we out by ourselves, right, the worst of our nature will come about. Right? And I
Mm,
think that's what I
Okay.
think that's what we seeing when we got so many single people by themselves.
mm.
You're getting the worst of people because we think we can figure it out.
So you saying we get the worst versions of people?
I think we do, honestly, especially as we get older. You
I
know?
agree with that.
Yeah, and just like biblically speaking, right? It says the heart is deceitful above all things. Who could know it? Heart means mind most of the time, right? So people are overwhelmingly selfish. I think that's inherent nature. I would argue that I think women kind of take the cake on that selfishness. Um,
I agree.
and if you read the book of Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 26, it lets there's a whole lot in there to be kind of learned and memorized, you know. And I think there's one thing it says that's key for the men: a godless man will get a godless wife,
Mm.
right?
Ooh.
So we just gotta, not to go so deep into the scriptures, but we just gotta really understand what this thing is. I think a lot of men, we misunderstand our leadership is servant leadership a lot of the time. I would say probably maybe 70% of the time. Most of the time you doing something for other people to be successful. right? Your kids, your wife, your family. They need something, then you do what it takes to get it. So I don't know. It's tough. It's tough, but I think that inherently selfish for sure, and I think there's levels to it, and I think I found that to be a little bit more highlighted in the female as opposed to the males, but it exists.
Yeah, I can go for that. I can agree with that. And that's more digestible, right? But when you blanket it as women are inherently evil, that makes it less of a message that women will want to receive. It'll turn ears off. And I think it's counterproductive to what the actual point is and what you want women to recognize.
Yeah, I think most men, especially the ones having a conversation, don't care. It's like that, how it's like if you tell the kid once or twice, right? But after the 10th time, you gonna tell them, that little motherfucker gonna get a beating or whatever the case is, right? I think they like, all right, this is the 10th time we done told y'all. And tone has been thrown out the window, pacing, all that.
Okay. I mean, that's understandable.
So I think that's what we might be celebrating. I mean, not celebrating, but we might be experiencing.
Yeah. Just the exhaustion from having to keep repeating yourselves.
Yeah, I think that's why, that it got to that portion, like inherently evil to that extent. So,
amen. I guess it's the truth, right?
Yeah, I think the inherently evil thing is a stretch as it pertains just to women, right? But
I agree with that point.
But there's, and that's why it's almost like when you say it and like, damn, okay, right? There've been several points that I think should have been agreed with. So I wonder what happens. I guess the ones we like, and that's the concern.
I think sometimes when I'm a little bit more quiet. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead, Ham.
I'm done.
Okay. I think for me, personally, I think when I'm a little bit more quiet, I just like to listen because a lot of times, and I'm not gonna go biblical, but I see things from that more so that type of lens. But I understand that everybody doesn't look in that way.
Like what?
As far as like just labeling, just all women inherently evil, I wouldn't go that far to say that. I think that everybody, or just, since we're talking about women, I would basically call somebody or call a woman evil if she's exhibiting evil behaviors. But I wouldn't label all women inherently evil.
Inherent traits, right, may never actually be realized. It doesn't mean that they don't exist, right? Things can be dormant,
Sure. I have no disagreement with that.
If we all come from Adam, how do you process Eve's behavior?
What do you mean when you say that?
What do you think about her behavior?
She was wrong.
What is it though? What is it though? To go against the instructions of the Most High through her husband.
Oh, she was disobedient. That's disobedience. Yeah.
That's it?
That's disobedience. Yes. The Lord told her and Adam not to eat from that specific tree. And she did it anyway. She was beguiled by the serpent. And then when her husband found out about it, he basically said the woman did this.
You disobey a direct commandment from the Most High. You're not evil.
That was the evil thing to do, for sure. Yeah.
No.
That was disobedience.
What about her?
Yeah, she was definitely evil for doing that. Definitely.
And so if we all come from Adam, right? And we look at the
birth. That means Adam's evil?
Well, we look at, well, Adam, Eve, right? Because, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and so when you look at, see, because all women, if you look at it from a biblical standpoint, are
Mm-hmm.
suffering from what Eve did, right?
Mm-hmm.
Pursuant
Right,
to Genesis
right,
3 and 16. And
right,
so if you are all suffering from what Eve did, you also have her nature.
right.
And if we agree that she was quote unquote beguiled by a serpent, right?
Yes,
Which if people think it's a snake, we got bigger fish to fry. Hopefully, I hope they know it's
right,
not an actual snake, right?
right.
Then we have to process it if we're using that lens.
True. Yeah, I don't necessarily have a disagreement for you
Yeah,
in that regard.
yeah, it's biblical, right? So
Yeah,
you
yeah.
come from Eve, you're dealing with the sin that she committed, right? You have her nature. We all come from Adam, right? He's our progenitor, right?
Mhm.
And that's the woman who he had, you know, that his lineage comes from as well. Then we take on these dispositions. Now it can remain
True.
dormant, but it's inherent in us to be these things that our forefathers
Okay.
were.
Okay. I understand that point.
Yeah. So biblically speaking.
True, biblically speaking, but we have protocol where you have a guide that you can follow. So yes, that may be inherent, but when you know better, you do better. But to the point of inherent, I get where that comes from based off of
Yeah.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Why somebody would say that. So yes, yes, I concur.
And remember the thing about things, right? If we just stay there just for a second, you know,
Sure.
pursuant to Isaiah 45 and 7, right? The Most High
Mhm.
creates evil also. So it has a place. It has a
Mhm.
purpose. Pursuant to Psalms 58 and 3, the wicked go astray from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. So
Mhm.
just biblically speaking, like if you know, because
Yeah, no, I understand. I understand.
you know, but it's interesting, man.
Yeah.
Oh, it's interesting, man. I mean, I like that. I like that angle, Krishana, but I also kind of I don't go there so often
I know.
because
I
a lot of
understand.
people kind of get they're not
Yeah.
they don't
Yeah.
subscribe. They do, but they're not well learned, and I
Right.
don't often know
Yes.
if they want to hear it. But usually when we go there,
Right.
people enjoy it, right? Because
Yeah.
it's not
Yeah.
like some preachy shit, you know.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
and I think it kind of people be intrigued, like, damn, the Bible say this, the Bible say that, the Bible say you can punch
Yeah.
him in his mouth if he talk too much shit. I'm like, yeah, they like those
I was,
parts.
I mean, I was about to ask the question, low key, but
Go ahead. Maybe Krishan can answer for you too.
no, because it's just back to the interpretation of like the serpent, right? Because I interpret it as like an inner voice, maybe, or like I didn't interpret it as something actually saying something to her to eat the apple. I thought it was more of like a internal battle. So is that what it
Well,
is, or
I think
was it?
people misunderstand what existed at that time. So like they have a son named Cain. You heard of Cain, Aaliyah?
Mm-hmm.
Right? And he goes to
He
where? He goes to the
was,
land of Nod, right? And gets a wife, you know? But if
mm-hmm.
Adam and Eve are the only two people, where the hell did Cain get a wife from? You see? But in Genesis, pursuant to Genesis 1 and 27 or 28, right? Let's make man in our image. But also, when it's talking about the beasts and everything else and everything that was created, the word there is nefesh, right? Which also has the essence of human beings, you know? So Eve got beguiled by some nigga talking to her about some shit,
Okay.
So
So it was an actual person. It wasn't
there's people there, yeah.
an internal. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know? The Bible says, and I'm forgetting the verse, maybe one of the oxen put in the chat, but it says, don't even go to the wine. Sorry, it says the wine with another man's wife, right? Which means bar. You know what I'm saying? So it's
Mm-hmm.
like you don't even frequent around another man's wife, right? Because people err, right? So I can't remember the verse off the top of my head. Somebody will get it for me though.
You're probably, yeah, you're probably.
Go ahead, Callie. You had a question?
No, No, I don't.
Oh, okay. But yeah, man, it's tough, man. It's tough. I think just because we on the scriptures, you have to remember the law and keep the law and believe on Jesus Christ and fear God, right? You gotta do all these things if you want to get away from evil and whatever else. That's the only way to combat it is complete compliance. The fear of God is the beginning of wisdom.
Hmm.
If we on that train, for me.
Yes, yes, I agree with you
Mm-hmm.
100%.
So, does it make it tough for people who don't have a baseline, Krishana? They trying to figure
Hmm.
out all this shit by themselves, and they don't have enough knowledge, right?
Yeah.
But then there's things that they think are bad that are good, and good that are bad, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
And then they be trying to understand that why they be wrestling with so much stuff when the
Yeah.
answers is right there,
Yes.
So, Black said, "Are you sure you don't have a question, Callie?" Black said, "See, we know you."
I'm biting my tongue. I'm trying not to be evil right now.
Go ahead.
Well, you might as well go home.
We about
Go
to get out of
ahead.
here soon, so go ahead.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save
It's
it.
only
You know what I'm
people.
saying? You
It's 230 people here, so it's really just our people here at this point. So go ahead.
Yeah, but the playback.
Huh?
The playback is gonna get more views than just the
You want to be
200 that's in
clipped.
here watching it live right now.
We was at
So
we was at
yeah,
400 earlier.
yeah. Y'all will hear it backstage and probably the Discord maybe. Join the Discord,
Nah,
y'all.
come on, Cal. You can't tease everybody. Go ahead and ask it.
Nope.
Join the Discord, y'all, if y'all want to hear what Callie got to
Join
say.
the Discord.
Drop the link for the Discord.
One thing I say this, right? Thank you, Darren. Yeah. So here's the verse. Ecclesiasticus 9:9. Sit not at all with another man's wife, nor sit down with her in thine arms, and spend not thy money with her at the wine, lest thine heart incline unto her. So thank you. I appreciate you. One thing that I was thinking about is the moms, I think I tend to have a little bit of an issue putting the jacket on the person who's there more than the person who left. And I know that the logic train says, how can this person be the most impactful when they're not there? Right? That's what the logic train says, But I remember I had an experience when my father missed one of my football games ever. And I can remember every play from that game, and I can remember not hearing him. And I was cooking during this game. I was bought, and I could hear him not yelling. And every game before, I always wanted him to stop yelling. See? So I take that and extrapolate to never knowing him. And I think about the ideology or how my mind would work, what my modus operandi is. They say, Hamp, you're successful because your father, right? Because he had instilled values, There's things that I learned, right? So if I'm void of those things, that would be equally or more impactful to me than my mom just being there. You see? So those things kind of work against each other, right? If he's the most consequential, then the consequences are increased when he's not there, right? That's how I was kind of thinking about it. So when we go saying that the mom is the biggest reason for, the kids turning out poorly, that absence of the father is like you can't replace it.
Yeah.
And my kids don't listen to my wife for shit. But to me, boom, 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 boom. So now I take that and remove myself. Like even if they think I'm not home, it's a field day. Mommy, daddy here? No? Boom, they come get in the bed. Right? Like get in the bed with her, right? Because they know if I'm in here, like y'all can't just come get in my bed. Y'all gotta knock on the door, all these things, right? So, I just think about the value that she adds to them, but that structure, what happens when that's not there? Right? My mom put me in everything, swimming, fucking tap dancing, everything. Of course, I played football. You know what I'm saying? She'll be up with me 3 a.m., 4 a.m., you know? But the manly things that they say men are missing, right? My father told me once, if you want to be the best, you got to go against the best. When I was 8 years old, that's what I did the rest of my life. And my mom never missed a football game. You see? So, I don't know, man. That's how I kind of look at it. So I think that trope about the moms, I think that needs a little bit more assessment. So that's one I would push back against a little bit. You know, the evil thing that's just been the ladies been getting beat down in the Discord thing. So
okay,
that's why
I was wondering about that.
Because it's crazy. I just feel like it's very dramatic and it's counterproductive to the point. You want to get women to understand we have poor character and there's things that it's behaviors that we do that y'all don't like. That's basically what they saying. But they saying, oh, y'all inherently evil. Now the ears is closed and they know that's how women are. So it's just like, why? It's counterproductive to the point. And it's stressful for me.
Yo, man. Yeah, man. That's it. I always listen to it. Have I participated in that convo as much? Not really.
No.
I'll just be listening.
No, you were absent, sir.
Yeah, man. That's an interesting convo, man. And you know what I did hear, Aaliyah? One thing that'll happen, like somebody will be like, oh, this happened. They'll be like, see? Because they're inherently evil. I'm like, God damn, bro. Everything? I think it was one conversation that like one of the wives like passed gas. And he's like, come on, cuz, that's what I'm talking about. I'm like, holy shit. Pun intended, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. She evil because she put it in front of you on her way out the door.
I ain't gonna lie, that is.
You know what I'm saying? On her way out the door to try and not poot in front of you. She's still evil because you know what I'm saying. When she was walking out, she stepped too hard, and you know it.
You gotta do the skit. It's not evil, but I hate that shit though. That should be illegal.
No, that's what I'm saying. Like that's why I said. So is it still bad? Those in the Discord, of course, it's like on some third shift stuff. I was just like, so what if she on her way out the door because she know you don't like it?
You gotta run,
and you know what I'm saying. And she let one go anyway. Like, is that
you gotta squeeze
on accident? Like, is that bad?
Yes, that's horrible. She gotta squeeze. That's
my thing is, you shouldn't even have to squeeze. Like, if you even feel it, even in the slightest, just remove yourself. So you don't even have to squeeze.
That's what I'm saying. She was on her way out the door. No. And just that one step before she left, you know what I'm saying? Before she was completely gone, that one step.
That was an accident.
This is the thing. Now, Krishana, here's
it was an accident, but you know, that's evil.
Here's a perfect example. We telling y'all something. Why is there a fight? Do not pass gas. I don't know. I don't know what you're gonna do. Just don't do it. That's it.
No, why aren't you understanding that she was trying to remove herself?
You see what I'm saying? We gotta make no. That shit is terrible. That's foul. Yo, bro. You just get out the room.
Yes, she's on her way out the room.
See? And women are inherently evil. That's when it'll come. Right after
but this is not even an evil thing. This is the thing. Why we gotta argue with you about this? You knew you just wanted to see the last 2 minutes of the show. You knew you had to pass gas 2 minutes before that. Leave.
Yeah, like I said, on the way out the door.
Callie, you're not you're not leaving.
And y'all just completely dismissing the fact that she's trying to appease you because you don't like Putin in front of you and all that kind of stuff.
You see what I'm saying?
And now we
cannot make any progress like this, Akira. She knew she had to pass gas. She know that make me
Yeah,
look
and
at.
she got up.
She know that make me look at her differently, and yet she had to watch the last 2 minutes of The Simpsons, bro. You're not missing that much.
No,
Everything
see,
could be
you're
rewound.
inserting that in there.
Well, because we know.
You're inserting.
Well, Callie, because we also know how gas works, right? We pass gas too, so it's not something that you have a monopoly on. I could see if it was like a period or something, but it's passing gas. We know people wait to the last minute. They try to say, "Damn, I don't feel like going to the back." All types of stuff. Nah, go bye.
Yeah, and like I said, she's on her way out the door
Callie,
because she feel it coming. We not fighting this. She's
she could be
literally
5 steps away from the door. It don't matter. Is the point.
exactly. It ain't like I said. It ain't gonna matter whether or not she trying to appease him or not. If she poop, she inherently evil. Even if she's trying to appease, and you want to insert all this other stuff, you felt that 5 minutes ago. Well, yeah, probably I didn't. That's why I'm on my way out the door, that own door. But whatever, you know what I'm saying? Inherently evil. Let's just go with
Why
that.
do you get to? Why do you get to fail? Why do I have to accept that? See, because we take this, and I'm telling you, this is what we do to the people that we with. The things they ask for, they start to get on the back burner. We start to get stagnant with each other. We stop dating each other. All these things, right? You would never pass gas in front of me in week 2, right? You would never come to my house looking like Who Shot John in month 1. But then when we get so comfortable, we start to do these things, and we say, "Oh, okay, well, I try." Nah, why don't you do it? But nah, let's go ahead and get fat together, so we can be less attracted to each other. Yeah, let's just take each other for granted. Yeah, let's stop dating each other. Nah, the gas is in the same realm. Don't come kissing me when you had an opportunity to brush your teeth, but you didn't. But we treat each other like, "Oh, I'm used to this nigga."
Yeah, no, that's not what I'm saying. You're inserting that.
No,
But
that
it's
it's a
okay.
part
It's
of the
okay,
equation. I'm telling you. See, we not thinking like this. We thinking, yeah, I've been with this nigga 6 years. I can fart. Why? If it was a new nigga, you wouldn't be farting.
If she thought she could fart, she wouldn't be leaving the room.
Okay, so she failed.
One thing I can say is when I was younger, I thought my mom was an alien, right? Because I never heard her pass gas. I never even seen her come from the. I wouldn't even known she went into the bathroom and took a number 2. I truly thought she was an alien because I never experienced it. So I think that's how it should be. Like it should definitely be like that.
Man, please look. All right, so you know what I'm saying. My mama walked on clouds, right? But I know daggone well that I didn't smell her poop in the hallway on the way to the bathroom.
Your mom.
You know
I
what I'm saying?
wouldn't know
I
if it
know.
was my mom or my dad. That's what I'm saying. You don't know
No,
who.
you saw your mom go down the hallway. Your daddy's still sitting down. You know it was your mama. Okay. That's what I'm saying. You didn't walk into that waft. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, this a thing. This another thing, right? That I think that we get admonished for is poor etiquette. We might have the worst etiquette. Callie saying, "Oh, I tried." Come on, man, stop. I remember. See, y'all. That's why everybody need to play football. So Akira, right? They run a route. They run a 5 and out, right?
Right.
But they like, "Coaches, this shit ain't gonna work," right? I'm like, just try it. But this asshole jogs the 5 and out, right? I throw the ball, it gets intercepted. You know why? Because he put no effort into it. Of course it's not gonna work. You see? But if you run it hard, the ball's there, boom, we good. But you sabotaged it. Nobody care about you going through the motions. Get your $6 ass out the room if you gotta pass gas. Simple as that.
Yeah, and what you're failing to acknowledge is that she's leaving the room.
She didn't make it out. You wanna praise mediocrity. You never play football.
I'm not. No. See, I'm not.
If she was, so what he's saying is,
mediocrity.
if she really gave a damn, she would have made it out the room before She passed gas.
And
If she
that's
really
evil.
cared enough.
Exactly.
But
And that's evil in her.
just because you put in the effort to do it don't mean you actually put your all into it.
Yeah.
Your ass could have made it out before that damn far slipped out. If you really wanted to, you would have made your walk a little quicker.
In my expediency, I stepped too hard one time and the silent one came
Callie.
out. That's what I'm saying. Like, but that's evil though. All right, got it.
It's not evil. It's borderline disrespectful.
Yo, it's crazy. Yo, you could have dove anything. You just farted. It's crazy.
Dove? Do a barrel roll?
Oh, I thought you said you was making effort. See? You can't try. What's
barrel
up?
roll.
Yoli, what's up?
Yeah, you asking for
MC
that
Heavy
poop to
Tits,
come
what's
out.
up?
You doing a barrel roll.
I'm saying dive, bro. Dive. Get it out the room. But nah, let's take the dude I've been with that I literally share my life with for granted. Yeah.
Yeah, no.
Right in front of that nigga that I love to death. And then a new nigga get all this special treatment. That shit crazy. Makes sense.
No.
No, you have to substantiate how don't we do that? We stop dating. We get chubby on each other. All the things. I'm bugging?
True.
Come on,
True.
man. But you think you're gonna
right.
Come on, man. But Akira, she gonna be blowing the room up. What? Come on, bro.
Nobody said she was blowing the room. See,
So,
there
Callie,
you go.
you pass gas in front of your man?
Fuck no.
I was about to say, because I can't. I was about to say.
But look, let me tell you, if you open up that door, all right, it may be wafting right there, all right?
You don't even know when I take
because I ain't make it all the way to the bathroom. In my expediency,
the
I was trying to
sprays
hurry
in the
up and
bathroom, the
leave.
windows open, the water's running. Like you
I'm not,
never know.
How you gonna spray the hallway if you in the bathroom? How you gonna spray the hallway?
Callie got excuse for everything, man. Yo, man, listen.
I don't know. Callie coming up with some off the wall shit today.
That is so not off the wall. I'm talking about some real shit.
Callie
if I'm on my way to the bathroom and I'm in the bathroom, right? Because this is happening now, okay? How am I spraying the hallway if he walk out? If he walk out of the room and want to go get something to drink? How can I spray the hallway if I'm in the bathroom?
Your diet, right? It depends on what you eating. Why are you eating stuff that makes you like?
I'm eating the same shit he eating.
Yo, man. One time, yo. Even MC Heavy says, what about when they? Bro. I think once my wife, I woke her up. I'm like, you gotta get up out of here, man. I hate that shit, bro. Cause it's like if y'all pass gas in front of us, it's like you smell like that for a week. It like, you know what I'm saying?
Evil.
Like, you
in my Mr. Mermaid voice. Evil.
You know what I'm saying? You got somebody like, somebody who be musty. You ever know somebody who always musty? When you see them, you assume they musty, right?
Facts.
Every single time.
Yeah. Like yo.
I was about to say.
Little boys are inherently evil. They be musty.
Callie did y'all bad today, man.
Stressing me out.
Yeah, nah, I'm not. Yo, y'all pass gas, man. Don't be expecting no foreplay, and rightfully so. Right now, Grishana, don't expect none of that. Ain't nobody going down there. You passing gas? Heck no. Yeah, I don't. Oh man.
So let me ask you a question, right?
Let me get crazy, but y'all know exactly what I'm saying. Oh man.
Yeah. Let me ask you a question. So, all right. So you in the bathroom, right? Because bathrooms now they got like water closets, right? And people still have access to the rest of the bathroom.
Yeah.
Oh Lord.
Is Kelly, that inherently evil that he hears you in the bathroom because he walks in to access the rest of the bathroom? Is that inherently evil? Because now you hearing me shit.
Wait, he hearing you like you grunting? Wait, you grunting?
Yeah, I got the door closed. I'm in the water closet.
Wait, you grunting? Like you straining?
Yeah, I'm in the water closet, door closed, fan on. And he come in the bathroom to access the rest of the bathroom.
But what is he hearing? that
Oh,
signifies that you're
he
shitting.
hearing all the poops and goddamn that shit. Is that inherently evil? I didn't tell him to come to the
All
bathroom.
right.
You know I came in
All
here
right.
to
All
shit.
right. All right.
I feel like that's evil to me because why are you even in the bathroom banging on the walls? Shut up.
No.
No,
Like
ain't nobody banging on the wall. That's what I'm saying.
that was
There's a
an
walk-in closet
exaggeration, but you grunting and you like why you even like that in the bathroom though?
because I'm taking a shit.
You never heard of
Ugh. Yo,
the
come on,
poop
man.
stance?
Why do I have
You put
look?
your legs up. You put your legs up.
I'm in the water closet. No, I'm in the water closet with the door closed and the fan on, and you decide to come in the
All
bathroom
right.
while I'm taking a
All
shit.
right.
Now I can't make noise because you came in the bathroom. You came in here where I'm at.
Stressing me out.
Man.
You came in here where I'm at. I removed myself.
But
You came where I am.
like, share, subscribe, tell a friend and tell a friend.
Girls can't shit now. That's evil if you take a
That's a
shit.
fact. Yo, my father said he ain't see my mom go to the bathroom in like 25 years. So it can be done.
They ain't have water closets back then.
No, he said he didn't see her for 25 years.
Exactly. They didn't have water closets.
What does that mean?
Meaning
What is
the
a
I
what is
don't
toilet
a
want to.
was in
water
the
closet?
It's too long. Don't worry about it.
you don't know what a water closet is?
It's like a bathroom that's separate from the rest of the bathroom. The toilet separate
Yeah,
from
the
the rest of the
toilet is
bathroom.
separate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sun Kiss with the $5 says shalom, 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 shalom. What's poppin'? Good to see you. MC Heavy Tips with the $5 says, does it count if I sneeze and fart? I didn't even know it was in the chamber. Yes, it counts. There's no
So
quarter.
you can't cough now.
There's no
Ooh,
quarter.
I
There's
do.
no quarter for farting women. Okay.
No coughing.
100, man.
Don't cough.
John with the $5 says, Hamp, chill. We all have it. John with the $5 says, for the goal. My OG Congo English in the building. Discerning spirit, Savannah. No doubt.
Oh, thank you.
Onikasu with the $2 says, their ancestors spoke to the devil. So do they. Jesus Christ. Let me see. Onikasu with the $5 says, woes don't value vows. Pretty evil and leveraging children is evil. And considering the failing mental health of women, you have to expect evil. Arnold with the $2 says, licking a sucker is evil. Dub Man and Great with the $2 says, Aaliyah, do you think women see men as human beings? Yes or no?
Based on no.
Jesus Christ. MC Heavy Tits with the $10 says, hello to the beautiful panel and chat. What's up? Dub the Great with the $2 says, some women have a subscription to the clinic.
Not if 80% of abortions is only the first time. So they've only had one. 80% of women who've had abortion have only had one. So miss me with that.
No. All right. Daily with the $2 says, bounties on for public pooters? For sure. For sure. Damn, man. Interesting. Krishana, man, great to see you, man. Any final thoughts?
Everybody just stay encouraged. Stay encouraged. And I just got so many reasons to be grateful. So y'all go check out my album if you haven't heard it. It's out now. It's called Truth Be Told. And I have a huge catalog. So if you Google my name, everything will pull up. So if y'all can support me in that, I'd appreciate it.
Yes, ma'am. 100%, man. We'll also drop it in the Discord. So, matter of fact, we have a music Knox. Move. We have a music room. Maybe we'll play it one of the mornings. So it'd be good, man. Aaliyah, what
She does Christian music, right? We can play it on a Sunday morning or something.
Well, actually, it's R&B soul music.
Oh, okay.
It's really I'm talking about my life experience and journey in Christ. So I'm talking about relationships and just what I think, the Lord may be saying in a cool way, or maybe what I've experienced. Yeah.
Let me know, because I was on my R&B kick this morning in the music room. So I'm gonna drop my IG in the chat. Send me your Spotify link and I'll play it Thursday morning for sure.
Awesome.
Aaliyah?
I think this was a good show. I think it was a productive conversation. Women aren't inherently evil, but I think we do have some work to do looking in the mirror, taking some accountability so we are able to move forward as women in society. And just to revise my last answer, I think there's a subset of women that don't see men as human. I think that's a better answer.
Okay. And Kira, what you think, man?
We had a great conversation. I learned a lot of stuff. I ain't gonna lie. I learned a lot. In that short time, I feel like, of course, like Aaliyah said, we have a lot of work to do as a community of women, and hopefully we can get it together. But if not, self-work is always the best work. So I enjoyed tonight's conversation.
Indeed. Callie?
Yeah. Just because you want to play the tit for tat game or whatever does not absolve you of any accountability in what it is that you're doing. So you will feel much more vindicated and much more better about yourself if you cannot be implicated in whatever the downfall is. And that goes across the board, right? Like I've been fired from a job, right? But I felt so much better about being fired from that job because I did not implicate anybody else in what was the actual problem. I took accountability for what it was that I was doing.
Makes sense. Makes sense for sure. Yeah, I think we have to do a part 2 on this, right? We have to get through a few of these things to really see where we stand in regards to, the tropes and the negative, and is it justifiable for Black women to continue to say all the things, right? I'm the least protected, least this, least that, most this, most that, right? We really need to work through them to see if there's merit or it needs to be questioned or reassessed, right? Because I'm telling you, man, shout out to my OG Sean, because he the first one I hear say it. Like 70% women initiate 70% of the divorces. And he's like, so? That doesn't just automatically mean that they're at fault. And when you really start to try to dive into it and you put the quantitative up there with the qualitative information, that's how you get a real answer. So I just want us to kind of work through it slowly but surely to see what we come up with, and if there's stuff that we have to work on, so be it, right? But let's work through it, mine it out, and then pinpoint it. You know what I'm saying? So first one we got through, farting won't be tolerated. Okay. There's no quarter for farting. Okay. So make her sleep on the couch, fellas. Don't allow that shit. I mean, so yeah, man, and keep dating, goddammit. All right, I will see y'all
Your spouse.
Indeed, I will see y'all tomorrow. I think I'm gonna do my call-in show, but I might have to work one of the jobs. I got a couple call-outs, so we'll see. But it definitely tomorrow night, man.
Hey, when we doing the?
Would y'all want to get saucy again?
I want to be the first one to ask. I ain't want to be a fiend. I'm so glad she asked.
Maybe we'll do it tomorrow night, man. I'll put a poll up on the community board. Hey, Cal, if you remember, can you put a poll up on the community post? And we'll see.
See, Lee, I got your back.
We'll see if we can.
What's the poll? I'll put it up in the morning.
If they want to do the talk or drink show again.
That's a bet.
So
9 a.m. tomorrow. Look out for the poll.
I told my boyfriend. I told you his name,
mm-hmm.
and And he was like, you shouldn't even have told him that.
Why?
And then I was like, I told him your whole name. And he was like, you see? You know that's where it messes up.
Why? Why he say that though?
Because he know his name. So he's like, everybody has that reaction. So it's just like,
yeah, I was like, damn, man, you got the the In Too Deep name. You know what I'm saying?
He was manifest. Like they manifested his life, I guess, with his name.
Word.
I think he embodies his name.
Oh, well, that's
his first name. Now the second name, I feel like it's a stretch.
Or yeah, for sure. But it is cool though. I like the energy in it, right? I understand what they were trying to convey, so it's cool. Oh, I was supposed to do followership. Okay, we'll see. We'll put the poll up. We'll put both of those. Should we do the followership conversation or should we do the talk or drink? So we'll figure that out, mine that out. Most high willing. I will see y'all tomorrow sometime. I love y'all. I appreciate y'all. My bad, my camera died. Jump in the Discord, have some fun. Get your tickets to Houston. Houston about to go crazy. Be safe and do the right thing, man. Like, share, subscribe.
Bye.
Tell a friend and tell a friend.
Tell a friend to...
And we out.
Peace.
Oh, we can kill all this. We can kill all this. Say like, do you want to be next?
Anytime you ready, baby. I was supposed to be there.
Ooh, I'm with it.
I'm
with it. We can do it.
Knocks out everybody and no one can whoop him. That's when that little Cassius Clay from Louisville, Kentucky came up and stopped Sonny Liston, the man who annihilated Floyd Patterson twice. He was going to kill me. He hit harder than George. His reach was longer than George. He's a better boxer than George. And I'm better now than I was when you saw that 22-year-old undeveloped kid running from Sonny Liston. I'm experienced now. Professional. Jaw's been broke, been lost, knocked down a couple times. Bad. Been chopping trees. I done something new for this fight. I done wrestled with an alligator. That's right. I have wrestled with an alligator. I done tussled with a whale. I done handcuffed lightning, throw thunder in jail. That's bad. Only last week, I murdered a rock, injured a stone, hospitalized a brick. I'm so mean, I make medicine sick.
Man, dude.
Fast. Last night, I cut the light off in my bedroom, hit the switch, was in the bed before the room was dark.
Incredible.
Fast. And you, George Foreman, all of you chumps are gonna bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him. I know you got him picked. But the man's in trouble. I'm gonna show you how great I am.